Whoa, everybody! It's Awestruck Comics podcast. We're doing it again. The San Diego news roundup as much as we could. I did my best. I don't know how many hours I've combed through the news. I don't know if it's just because we're now covering stuff. Is this the biggest news ever? Feels like it's like the biggest news of stuff ever
It's
for a dying
some years
industry. So it's
some
confusing.
years San Diego feels like a lot,
Mhm.
and that's what this year feels like. Some years doesn't feel like anything,
Mhm.
but every people you just put up a big mark for yourself, and you
I
weren't
know. I'm
recording,
gonna have to cut.
and
I
then
know, but
we
that's okay.
and
But then I can
and
cut
then
in.
we and then we start recording, and you're
Right.
quiet.
So we lost audio, and so we paused it, and then that's fine. Anyway, so San Diego news. We're gonna get into it.
This is
Uh,
Allstruck Comics podcast.
yeah,
We are doing the San Diego convention news. It's San Diego week, which is like the funnest week for news.
it's a
Uh,
lot.
it's a lot, and some years it's nothing, or sometimes it's years where like we just don't care what the news is. But this year we do care because there's a lot of fun things that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, I don't know if we care more because we're in the thick of it, but
That's what
I
she
felt
said.
what's funny about it is that like now that we kind of cover stuff. I saw a couple things that I was like, you guys aren't promoting that well. Like, you know what I mean? And I hope that
Oh
eventually,
yeah,
like there was one moderating thing. I was like, maybe eventually if we get big enough and we're at a show, we get like to do a moderation. Like we would do a much better job in some of these fucking panels. I'm saying, like, holy
oh
mackerel.
my
No
god, are you
offense,
watching some of
dude.
these battles? Yeah, no
They're
offense,
rough.
but like, have you ever read this guy's books before? Like, you're pretty,
I
I get it, and you're putting out nerd vibes,
yeah,
but like, I can see they're not real vibes.
yeah.
You're
But
like, you're like, I watched. My joke would be, I read Sandman because you remember that. Remember those girls?
yeah,
Those
yeah,
girls from the '90s. Oh, I
yeah.
read comics. I read Sandman. No, you don't.
Yeah,
Get the
that's
hell
not
out of
comics.
here.
That's almost like not comics. Like that's the way we felt about it at the time, is what I feel about it now a
But
little bit.
but also, that's like the first book we would give a girl. You know,
Sure. Yeah.
read Sandman.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
had? I had a couple girlfriends, kind of like Savage Dragon. They're like, this book's kind of funny. I'm like, all right, read Savage Dragon.
Where's Savage Dragon?
Um,
Uh, but yeah, let's jump into because there's so much we got to get to the day. I didn't really go in order, so
that's fine.
let me switch
No,
this
no
one.
order. Just a blab.
No, just chaos,
Just chaos.
just pure chaos.
I am. I'm not even thinking fully straight yet. I literally woke up from your text today, and I told you yesterday. I'm like, Mark, it's fine. Usually you
Yeah,
text
I'll
me, I'm
be up.
already awake an hour. But last night, me and Kathy were just up late watching TV, and I'm like doing eBay stuff, which is fun.
Yeah, so this is Astral. This was, I think it premiered there. I think it's on sale on pre-order. This is Super Seven's Ultimates line of these are like 60, $70. That's my only like drawback on this. But this looks pretty awesome. Like if you backlit this or something like this looks
Oh
pretty,
yeah.
there's different heads and that's pretty fun, you know. It's tough, man. These figures like they're doing such a good job. I did order the Frazetta Girls um Conan one, and I couldn't find. I guess I got to go back. You said you saw a
Which
John Carter one.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a Frazetta Girls John Carter. So,
I'm gonna
but
have to
this
do
is
a new
cool. This
shelf.
is Lion-O from the Thundercats, who we love. We love all things '80s toys.
Yeah, there's so many people. The licenses are so in a crazy spot, and we'll talk about that later. It's kind of been a topic we've had, especially with all the like just the different either toy licensing and because here we have Super Seven. Who has the main license? Is that Hasbro, Mattel, or
For Thundercats.
Estel? Yeah.
It's nobody. Nobody has the main license because
Oh, okay.
it was a Galoob toy. I think it was Galoob back in the '80s, and I don't know who enveloped Galoob or they just went under.
Hmm. Okay.
Toys we don't no, toys don't mean anything anymore, and we'll probably talk about that later. It doesn't matter who owns what toys. You probably don't bring this up, but I'm a big fan of the Hot Wheels Transformers. This is Ultra Magnus.
Oh, right, right, right. That's a
Doesn't
non-transformable.
It's a non-transformable Transformer, but they're making transformable ones.
Right.
So
Right, right, right. Yeah, Brian showed us that on yesterday
here
at
we go.
lunch,
Look
and
at
we
this.
were like, "What?"
Here's my open one. That closed one's I think is probably going to Brian. That's
Oh, okay.
awesome. It's a Hot Wheels Ultra Magnus. I love it.
Hmm.
It goes along with
But
my
now they are doing transformable ones, but they're not main
yeah.
characters. They're
They're
like,
not main characters. They're like I don't even know who this character is, and I'm a Transformers expert.
I think they're. You know what I think it is? I think that they're doing famous Hot Wheels, like as famous as like as popular as a certain like exclusive Hot Wheels. I think.
which is cool.
which makes sense. And then they're making a transformer out of that. Kind of like when they did the license one, they're like, hey, we're going to do an Ecto one. Here's an average looking transformer that can transform from an Ecto one. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
that's like that's fine. Well, I mean, I think it's again, there's liberties when you think about the original like license. Here we are. We're right off topic. Right away. First slide. But when you think about the way that like cartoons can give liberties is like what is it Ratchet? What were the two guys? Ratchet and Ironhide? Was it the
Yes.
same? They were basically the same. They had like a
Same.
cockpit and a different,
They put an
thing.
ambulance light on one,
Right. Right.
and
So,
but yeah.
but like when you watch the cartoon, you're just like, I don't want that. And then how was it in the Transformers universe? Because those were taken from molds. Those were taken from like the trans
But
the sheets, like the
oh yeah,
pattern sheets.
they were the animated design because the
Right.
Transformers universe, yeah, is the animated design.
Right.
They
Right.
were the model sheets for the cartoon,
Did
so
they have
that's what it was.
didn't they have a model sheet of it the other way, or I feel like there was like a
I feel
deleted
like
one.
I don't know if they deleted it or we
Yeah.
just used to him because they drew him that way in the first issue of the comic.
Right. That's right. Okay. That's right. And they're like, whoops, it is
Whoops.
something. Yeah. I mean, not that we're trying to promote other podcasts, but I did listen to that Bob Budiansky, was it Dollar Bin Bandits? He
Yeah,
talks about how that's crazy. Like that's so it's so Wild West how they're coming up with that. And even this it's a similar history where they're just basically like doing a continuity this way, and then the cartoon's going to do a different continuity. And then on
right.
the
But
on the
it's
other side of it, like He-Man was like that too. You had the Alfredo Alcala, like Don Glut, like
right. Those original mini comics where he's like He-Man, the Conan the Barbarian from the
yeah,
Wastelands,
right, right,
and then
right.
he's like, nope, he's a prince who's also like Shazam.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that I think that the mini comic reprints that Dark Horse did is pretty good because at the bottom they'll have like little like editor's notes almost, and like,
Yeah,
yeah, they
they're
kind of
really good.
change this later. They're
They're
so
really
good,
good
dude.
books.
Yeah.
I reached out to Val Staples like a month ago because this is the type of person I am. I'll just reach out to people. Because I had asked him in the past because he has unpublished issues of He-Man, and then I'm like, is Dark Horse ever going to do like a reprint of your series? He's like, I
Mhm.
don't know, I don't know. I said, well, at least you're getting your awesome Battle Pope hardcover. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, they're doing a Battle Pope hardcover. He's like, thanks for letting me know. I'm like, you don't know, you recolored like 16 issues of a book, or he
Yeah,
colored it.
I imagine that. Yeah, I mean Val Staples like also colored the first like Criminal, I believe. I like he did early
He,
Brubaker work, So,
he hasn't done much lately. I think I've seen him color two retro Koblish covers this year for
okay.
Marvel,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's it. So I mean, he's a super talented colorist. I just don't know. I guess he gets his work elsewhere. You know,
You gotta
nice
figure it out.
guy,
Yeah,
nice
gotta
guy.
figure it
I
out.
met him. Let's see. Let's spiral back.
Yeah, there's a couple more toys. I didn't see that there wasn't really good. There'll be better picks of this, I think, coming out, but I think that's a pretty good Silver Surfer,
That is a good Silver Surfer.
McFarlane-ish.
Hey man,
Um,
he's not a girl. It's not Silver.
he's not
Hashtag
a
not my
girl.
Silver Surfer.
I wonder if this. Well, I guess the scale is. I need to see if I can maybe find maybe a HeroClix Silver Surfer because I have my Galactus in my hallway downstairs. You know what I mean? Like I have it in my in my foyer hallway. I have the 1990s like I guess 12 or 13-inch Galactus hanging from the ceiling, as one does. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That you can actually kind of reach up and press and goes or I hunger, right? I think that's the word. Well, I guess we had one at Legends like that.
yeah. You did have one. I was just thinking, was that the Legends one or is this
I don't think so. I
your
think I
own?
lost that and through one of my divorces and got
I
that.
think I think
Um,
Dr. Andy stole it.
maybe along with his work ethic. Oh, and
Hey.
all the money from working poorly. I fully believe that I now that I have a slight back injury, I totally understand. We hired this guy. Seemed to be he was good for 2 weeks. He got into a car accident and he hurt his lower back, and then he was horrible for the balance of his duration there. Did I fire him or did he quit or something?
Don't know. Maybe
I think I just lessened hours until he had to quit, until he couldn't afford to be there anymore. That's a cool way to do it.
because he's had to spend all his money on fine shampoo for his mane like hair.
Yeah, for his reverse. What is it? Reverse ass crack hair, oh, keep your hat on, bro. Anyway, so this was an outside of there was a couple places where they had like murals and everything like that. There was a handful. This is my
Yeah.
favorite Godzilla, of course. The Fire Godzilla
Mhm.
1996. This we kind of knew about. Ultimate Endgame. Ultimate Spider-Man ends at 24. Good, good.
Good.
Thank you.
Because they totally
And
won't follow that up with a new series, Mark. Don't you
no,
worry.
that's fine. That's fine. Then follow it up with Dennis
Don't
Camp
say it.
and Cody
Ah,
Ziegler and like just then this will because again the only thing that has had focus was the 1 year later. Like seriously, the only thing that has had focus in this entire line was that one shot, which is crazy.
I
They have
do. Mark and
individual
I.
focuses, but these lines are not lines. Like Absolute and Ultimate both have a similar problem in this fashion. You know, I'm hoping that when we'll get to that later, that they're going to start to be a little bit more.
Little bit more coalescing.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mark and I differ on our opinions on Ultimate Spider-Man. I seem to enjoy it more than he does, but like that, we both agree that Ultimates is the far superior comic.
yeah, yeah. But I feel like it's just like I feel like the Hickman here strangely wrote itself into a corner. Whereas I feel like Imperial, he's doing what he should be doing. He should be world building a certain way and then letting other people like take off on things. I
Yes,
feel like
he that's
he's
what he did on
typically
X
good at that.
Men. That's what he did with Three Worlds, Three Moons. I think he was just hiring people, and for those who read that, let us know if it's any good.
Yeah, but this is what I want. I want I mean, Jonas Sharf, he did the 1 year later. He did the Battle of Blackstone mini last year for Titan, the Conan series.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's pretty versatile. So yeah, so we have 24 issues here. So that Chiquetto issue run will end. Fine, good. Again, I didn't like the format of it. I didn't think that things were too far away. I mean, think about it. If you have 24 issues, how many pages were like where Uncle Ben and like J. Jonah Jameson in like a bathhouse, like 10. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of weird. Like
You
that's
know,
weird to me.
it's weird when you think
For
about it because when you
400
say
pages.
you have 24 pages, that's two Watchmen. You have two Watchmen worth of room to do a comic. That would tell me like, oh, I better give them the best Ultimate Spider-Man I can. And maybe he did, or maybe he just likes to write about old newspaper men.
I don't know. I mean, the only issue I think was successful was like I feel like he by putting it in it's like a month time. What was it? Thanksgiving or Christmas or something like that? They had like one issue of that
Oh
with
yeah, yeah, that was good.
that was
I
good. So
liked it.
like just do stuff like that. Like don't like but then the next issue it's like it's a month later and then you have to like catch up. You're like, okay, this happened. That was last month, right? We're in a trailer park
I don't know.
across the country. And you're like, what? What? Is that right? So I feel like every issue this is actually a good announcement. Like every issue I started, I was like I felt like I missed that. If you're going to frame it like that, that's not the way comics should work, you know.
Right.
Not
It
every
probably
issue.
reads great in if you're just reading them all, like reading the run, it probably reads better.
Yeah, probably. We talked about this last week. I'm not too excited about this, so I don't really know what the overall game plan was, but we've been really loving the Jason Aaron Teenage Mutant Turtles run. So
Yes.
IDW this week came. I think you texted me. You're like, hey, you know, Freddie
Yeah, I
Williams
was
is taking over because Freddie Williams broke it on Facebook. You said right? He
yeah,
had
yeah.
some
Freddie
art up
Williams, he puts some he's taking over the art chores on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 13.
in the press
And
release.
we
It's like they say relaunch, and it's like, can you just
it, it,
continue? Jean Lu and Yang may be able to just continue. I think he'll, but
yeah, because he
I feel
literally
like we're just
continued
getting
Jeff
going.
Johns. He literally continued Jeff Johns Superman. He's like he just hit the ground running.
Mhm.
So that's it's fine, and I will continue to read this book.
Sure.
It's the most I've been in the Turtles. It's my favorite Turtles comic.
Since City of War, I like
Yeah,
City of War.
yeah. Since the '80s stuff, since the Archie stuff. I couldn't get into the Archie stuff. I did try because they were readily available. They were at like 7-Eleven and the
Right,
local
right, right.
pharmacy where I worked, which is probably the smartest thing they ever did. Can you imagine like you're doing an independent black and white comic and it's brutal, it's R rated,
Mhm.
and then you're like, Archie's like, hey, can we do the cartoon version of yours? And you're just like, yeah, sure, why not?
Well, I think that's where IDW is kind of thriving is that they have like three or four different Godzilla continuities or three or four different Godzilla spaces to work inside of. Um,
Yeah,
and they all kind of work. So even IDW, they're printing. Do they do real go? They have like a real Ghostbuster Saturday morning one. I think they've done. They're doing a Team Ninja Turtles Saturday morning. I think it's called Saturday morning, and they're
right.
doing their own post
Even though
continuity.
even though it was a weekday cartoon, right?
Yeah, I think that's just kind of the
Did
branding of it. They calling it Saturday morning.
they ever
So
collect the? They ever collected the Archie stuff?
no, I don't think so. I
You'd think
actually,
they'd make a couple compendiums of that. That would just be money in the bank.
yeah, I wonder if I don't know. I feel like
I mean, you and I would read them just for the Bill Ray and Bob Fingerman
they
and
never reprinted the Dark Horse stuff. Like there's no reprint of the Art Adams stuff. You know, there's no reprint. Well, there's only one Art Adams, but and then a bunch of covers. But you can do an Art Adams trade per se. You know, you can do like a
yeah,
little Art Adams thing.
that's they IDW's never reprinted any of the Dark Horse Godzilla stuff.
No. But most of that stuff was Japanese reprints anyway. It was Japanese reprints
Yeah,
translating
but
it.
they're so good looking.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad. So we'll see. But they're kind of having their before the relaunch, and here is where, you know, everything now is blind bag variants, right? So you're going to make extra money. So Jake Thomas and I don't remember what Jake Thomas may have worked on. Probably an X-Men thing. It sounds familiar. It might be some X-Men
Yeah,
situation.
it's such bullshit when they're like, this is going to bridge the transition. So
Yeah,
I'm
buy
like,
this annual. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, I
no, it
guess, you know.
doesn't do it at all. What would bridge the transition is number 13, half written by Aaron, half written by, you know what I mean?
Like a
Transformers
spin-off.
25.
Right.
Transformers 25 is bridging it. Or like when Gary Frank hands off Hulk to Liam McCormick Sharp.
Liam McCormick Show.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, or was no, Chris Pichello did it first, right? Who did 425?
No, I think it's
Chris.
just it goes right to Frank the Sharp. There might have been like one issue of like a Roger Cruz or something like that in there too.
Yeah, there was.
Roger
Um,
Cruz.
but the one thing that's not announced anywhere is if Freddie Williams is leaving He-Man or not, because they just made an announcement a month ago that Freddie Williams, along with Tim Seeley, is doing Masters of the Universe.
I don't remember that. I don't think that's
You
true.
don't you don't think what's true?
I
That
don't
that
think
book's
I don't
happening?
remember that Master Universe announcement. You might be right.
Are you joking? Because we covered it on the show.
I don't think so. I don't know. You're
It's
probably right.
solicited. It's solicited. Mark, you're
I don't know,
losing
but
it.
he's fast. But he might just be doing that. Might be 5 issues. Like I feel like all his stuff is in 5 issues bursts. You know, even this, like that's what I'm nervous about. This where he'll be on for 5 issues. So anyway, Blind Bag, Clayton Crane, and Danny Warren Johnson. Danny Warren Johnson can just kind of be around stuff now, you know, because he's doing an alternate cover for Deadpool Batman. This I thought you would like more. This stuff here, the Battle Nexus, because Battle Nexus, this is kind of everything we talk about. So Battle Nexus is going to be some type of like rift where it's going to be every version fighting each other, you know, in certain
That's
ways.
fun.
So yeah. So you have literally like a black and white, you know, Eastman era Shredder, with like some Sophie Campbell stuff in there. That's almost like a God. I don't know what that is. It's almost like a Godzilla one. So what's kind of cool with this is I can read this and go like, I don't know what that's from, and hopefully they'll reference it properly. That I'll
Yeah,
go, oh, I'll go read that, you know, because I do have some holes in that. Tim Seeley again. Tim Seeley's all over the place, man.
Tim Seeley,
Tim
dude,
Seeley again.
he's the dude you go to for this stuff.
Teenage Mutant Turtles, Godzilla, like you said, this is kind of a no-brainer here, you know. Do that, please. You know, I forget. I think Tim Seeley's doing this too. You know, I think this is the Pharaoh Pay. That's the artist there too. So that looks good.
Okay,
You know, Hickman doing the right thing. And what's cool about this is this was kind of a secret. You know, maybe because I think that they're Hickman doing the Marvel Cosmic and doing Imperial. Like it feels like it was kind of a quiet build, right? He's like, hey, I'm doing Imperial. Okay. And they're like, hey, there's a Imperial one shot. Oh, there's two one shots. There's an extra one shot. You know, now so there's
yeah.
like about five one shots, I think, now. And now they're announcing five series, five series
What do
coming.
you? I'm excited about these. Planet She-Hulk. We knew they were going to do something with that because they set that up in the first Imperial. Hulk's like, I'll be back
Yes.
in 2 weeks, and then it's like Hulk was not back in 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
we
That's
go,
right. We knew that was all set up. You're right. All right. So
yeah,
Planet She-Hulk, Stephanie
that's
Phillips,
cool.
which I don't know if I've ever read anything that I've liked by her. I think she's boring, but it's Aaron Kuder art. Problem with Aaron Kuder art usually is it'll be there for 3 issues, you know, and then it'll be
And then he'll draw half an issue, and then someone will do a fill, and then I'll come back. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
It's hopefully he's got a lead up time, and hopefully they didn't say ongoing or mini, did they?
No,
Okay, so
no.
if you give him a mini series, he'll be fine. Plus, he's doing the cover at least, so that's a big plus over his Daredevil run. You know,
Yeah.
uh, stuff's
Um
cool.
Yeah, no,
Centurion. I'm excited about this book. I
yeah,
love
Nova
Nova.
Centurion is by who? Jed McKay, Alvaro Lopez, and that's a
Oh,
Marquez cover.
You know who's going to show up in it? Black Cat. Black Cat will show
Sam
up.
Black Cat will show up, and Sam Alexander will show up,
Eh,
which is fine, I think, by the way.
fine.
So
Uh,
I'll take it. I'll take that.
I'm I'm excited about this book. To be honest with you,
The Cap,
TBH.
yeah. So Cap, Alien versus Cap, but it's a period Cap. It's First Avenger Cap. It's 1944 Cap. So World War II Hydra Cap, which is better because you know what, like I don't know if it was on purpose, but you know the success of Aliens versus Avengers was by placing it in different timelines. You know,
Yeah,
that's what made this better.
you put that in the future, and it was awesome. Uh, nice little franchise you cover. You know, we're big fans of
I just
you.
wish it. Yeah, I wish he was drawing this though. Okay.
That would be great. And what's cool is this Captain America versus the aliens. That's cool, but it does leave open. I always feel like nobody does. You remember the way Ultimates #1 opens up with World War II Cap. Brian Hitch drew it. It's like a really cool, realistic version of a World War II superhero for Marvel. And I always felt like nobody ever followed that up with like a World War II version of the Invaders drawn in that like realistic style. Like, you know how crazy a World War II story would be if you had like that realism brought into like this is ridiculous. These guys with powers like are helping us win a war. I don't know. To me, it's something that's always kind of stuck with
Yeah,
me.
Invaders they haven't really completely done. I know Zarsky tried to do something a couple years ago.
Yeah, but it was like
It was
modern.
bad. It was bad.
It was boring.
You gonna get this one, Rob? First off,
It's pretty
is
awesome,
this the
dude.
trade dress? Is this like these little sidebar things, man? I don't know who's working at Marvel just touching the sidebar stuff. Like, does 20th Century Studios need to have a little logo there that makes this logo smaller? Marvel design teams fucking sucks. Like, this is
Yeah,
the
this
wrong
isn't.
size too again, and you can't crop this lower. Like, eyes only. I can't even see it. For whose eyes only? I guess everyone, because I
Yeah,
can't see the stamp. You know, it's just
but
like
you're right. Do you have to put 20th Century Studios on there? Does it have to be
you
separate
might
from the
have to
Marvel logo?
contractually, but potentially, yes. It's possible with Aliens. It's possible. Why isn't this called Aliens? It's just Alien. You know. Anyway, I guess in my brain, Alien and Aliens are two different things in a way. Meaning, Alien is the first movie, just more sci-fi tight, and then the
It's a
second
horror
one's
movie.
is right. The second one's an action movie.
It's a
You know what I mean?
sci-fi.
So
Yeah. So
there's gonna be a foil cover, Rob. You gonna do this? You gonna be okay? You gonna do this?
no, nope,
Yeah. No.
nope.
Okay. I know. You're doing your best.
Doing
Um,
my best. Doing my
Dead
best, sir.
Deadpool, Batman covers, more
What the
covers.
what the f is this comic? Is it like 100 pages? Is it 20
I
pages?
don't know
Is
because
it
they added a
50
story
pages?
this week. They added a story this week that that Al Ewing is doing. I have it later on in the news, but Al Ewing is doing a Rocket Raccoon Green Arrow, which is like the team up I don't want. Who wants that?
No. Give me
Who the
Rocket
fuck wants
Raccoon
that?
Green Lantern. That makes sense. Hey, I'm an alien in space.
Yeah,
We
there
can
you go.
do
You did it
stuff.
better, Rob. You did it better, and you barely thought about it. I mean,
I
you know
didn't,
what I mean?
yeah.
You barely had to think about it, But yes, that's a much better concept. But it's Dyke Ruan who drew Magic Order. Does that sound right? You've seen more of it. He does the covers for Ultimates now.
That's fine. It's fine.
Like Ruan. I've never seen. I don't know if I've ever seen that person draw sequentials. I only ever seen. I do like his Ultimates covers, but here's your
Yeah.
Russell Dowderman. So yeah, so like, oh, I guess they're yeah. So here they put this out. Is there a Wonder Woman story? Like, I don't remember. I don't
Yeah,
remember anymore.
I don't get this. I don't know. We'll see when it comes out.
Yeah, is there another story? Because wait a second, like, is there a Joker? Is oh wait, no, I think Batman. I think Joker is in the because it's two books.
Yeah, it's 2 books. One from Marvel, one from DC, right? Yes.
Oh, my head hurts, man. Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan versus Dark Knight Batman.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, okay, there's Sinclair. Okay, I wasn't sure who colored this because when I sent this out to everybody in the group, I'm like, I don't know, because again, was he instructed to color his hair white or what? We don't know. You know what I mean? Like we don't know if they have conversations. I imagine that they do. But who knows? Frank Miller may not have conversations with people. Here's your DWJ blur, James Harren blur. I almost you can't even you have to look at this to see what you're looking at. Like you have to zoom out, like because I can't
Yes.
tell what I'm looking at. I think Thing's head is here.
You're like, is that Thing's armpit hair coming out? No, it's
Yeah, but
no,
this is also
it's
this is a fun cover. However, I don't think this is in the book. There's no this team up's not in the book. So
No,
what are we doing here? What is you're right? What is this book? What is this book? Can we
it's
get a
like
3 page of this? Like, would it be hard for him to
are
draw three
they?
pages of this?
Yeah, just put it in with like his Marvel 2-in-1 era.
Why wouldn't you just do Big Barda and like Beta Ray Bill? How fucking awesome would that be? That's fucking great. There you go. I barely thought about that.
You barely thought about that, dude.
Uh, Here we go. I am this press release. I went
Or
to sleep.
Better Ray Bill versus Orion.
Yeah, same thing. Like it's not the
It's
same
the
thing,
same
but
thing.
like,
It's
but
Simonson.
it's Simonson. That's right. Yeah, but it's Simonson when Simonson's creating Beta Ray Bill. He's doing his like sci-fi concepts and homaging, Kirby. So, um, reading this press release, it's a 5 issue event weekly, I think. Good, get it over with. Get it fucking over with.
Yes,
I mean, you probably like this because you like it's
I
Capcom
love I love Captain America.
1776.
Um,
But I don't
yeah.
know who
So
Sean Damian Hill is, and it says featuring art from Ron Lim. Great, cool,
yeah,
cool.
no, thumbs up for that.
But I
I
don't
always
know.
think about
I'm not sure if he can draw 1776. Like I know he can draw Cap. I don't know.
didn't
I don't know.
he did it in Captain America 400? Didn't Captain America like meet Johnny Appleseed?
Yes.
Was that 400 or was that 392
No, it's the gold cover. That's the gold cover.
or something? It's
Yeah.
like the 50th anniversary of Captain America.
Yeah.
So it's like something like that, 392 or something like that. Jim Lee Inks on that cover.
Right. Right. That was a goldish cover.
When I first saw 1776, my initial thought was, oh no, is this going to be like 1602, like the Marvel
Right.
Universe? And it's,
Right.
but it's not. It's Captain America Go Back in Time, which I don't know if that's worse or not. It'd be cool if he references his time from when Jack Kirby had him in 1700s.
Right.
Like he's like, I was just here like 5 years ago.
Right. Which I feel like
But
I have this so on hand. It's always
you,
near me.
you should always have that on hand.
This is my dollar one. This is the one that's ripped in half. This is the one that has like a bend I got for $1 at Main Street Comics.
Yeah, it's
All
just a
chewed up.
beautiful book. Just a beautiful book to look through, Mark.
Like a basement. Look at this. Look at this.
When Captain America goes, I was just here a couple years ago.
Yeah,
After
exactly.
I woke up after 9/11.
Right. I was. Yeah. You can't let that go, dude. That's
I
gonna be tough. That series is gonna be tough. But see, that series is to me, that series is something they're gonna throw out in a couple years. Like it's no different than they're gonna
Gwen
throw.
Gwen Gwen Stacy back in Norman Osborn took him 20 years to retcon that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had to sit
Okay.
on that for like I feel like 20 years
Yeah.
of just the idea of Norman Osborn just plowing away at Gwen Stacy. Just
Stacy clone. Yeah, do this. But see, even this, but see, the problem with having this so many covers is I don't know what's a real
who
cover.
who's this?
Like
Is
like
this Paulo Scott?
that's
Who is it?
Palo Segura, yeah. And
Segura,
then
yeah.
this is I forget who's did this one. Pretty good,
Pretty good Casada. I mean, it has nothing to do with the story, but
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I need to see a better click of this because I don't know what those are now.
you know who did this the best? As a kid, I was a big fan of Dark Shadows, the original '60s soap opera Dark Shadows, and they did a storyline where the main girl, I think her name was Victoria, goes back to the 1700s, and of course, it's all the modern cast in their 1700 forms, with the exception of Barnabas because he wasn't a vampire yet.
Oh,
But you know what? When they brought back Dark Shadows in the '90s, they did that storyline too, where she goes back to the seven. And honestly, like I didn't want her to leave the 1700s. I felt like that was a more interesting story,
right.
at least to my young self, than the modern day stuff.
Wait,
Funny story.
they have two different. I know they did a movie.
Oh no! In the '90s, they did a TV show with
Oh, really?
Ben Cross. Ben Cross was Barnabas in that.
Oh, hmm.
And what else is funny is my history teacher's brother. I think his name was Ben Fife. He was in that TV show, and he would give us extra credit if we watched it. And I was like, yeah, I was already planning on watching it anyway.
Hmm.
His brother also was he was the dorkier ghost in that. What was that movie? Michael J. Fox and the Ghost.
Frighteners.
Frighteners, yeah. He was the dorkier ghost in that.
You ever
What
see
was
the
it, Barney?
You ever see Frighteners outtakes
Now,
where he says Doc a bunch of times? He says Doc 5 times.
does he?
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, come on, Doc!" Like he's like yelling at someone, and
So
he says
funny.
Doc all the time. And I
That's
was
funny.
like, how many years in between that? It was years. Like, you know what I mean? I guess the majority of his acting career, for the most part, was working
Yeah,
with Christopher Lloyd and yelling at was
that's
his other
three.
partner.
That's three movies. You know,
Three
that's a lot.
movies, multiple. They did two and three. Is that the first movie that did two and three? Is like
Back
a
to back.
multiple production? Yeah, could
Yeah,
be.
that's a good question. Probably. He
Yeah.
probably calls people Mallory a lot too. Mallory.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the sad thing about Dark Shadows is the '60s Barnabas outlived the '90s Barnabas, Ben Cross.
That's right. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I'm putting Ben Cross in my brain. That's funny. Yeah.
He
It's
played Zarok in a Abrams Star Trek movie, Spock's dad.
right. 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 Yeah. Yeah. I'd be curious to watch um, the old Dark Shadows just because it then just kind of have it on. Like I've been kind of going through the Ralph Bakshi stuff. I did Fire and Ice last week, and last night I turned on Tubi again. I think I'm canceling everything. I feel like I turned on Tubi. I'm like, oh, I've never watched Logan's Run, and I turned it on, and I don't know if it's a 4K restoration. This is for free. Tubi's fucking free. I know I get commercials literally for like detergent and Raymore and Flanagan, right? Like that.
Hey,
I understand. However,
however,
it's
but you know
free,
that's when you look at your phone.
right?
Hey, you know what else is getting a 4K release? Spawn. Todd McFarlane Spawn movie,
Yeah, but
4K.
if we're gonna have that come out, then we're gonna have Todd going like that's still happening, Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner, and I'm like,
Did,
no, bro, that's like 15 years ago you said that. You know what I mean? Like it's every
I
year
just
that goes
want
by
I
that
want
is
there to be
happening less and less.
a ridiculously good Spawn movie, but they still part of the deal is Todd McFarlane still got to come out and introduce the movie. Like this is the movie with the Spawn, and he's going to come out and make the deal with the devil. Like, give me
Yeah,
that movie. Give me that opening.
yeah. Um, back to 1776. Oh
Back
yeah,
to 17,
but quickly, Dark Shadows.
but
I
quickly
never
not
saw.
but going back.
I never saw the Burton one. I just thought it looked bad, so I didn't
It's
want to see
okay.
it.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Like it's if you don't know much about Dark Shadows, it's a fun movie. It's a Burton movie, and you know Eva Green's playing the evil chick like phenomenally, and Johnny Depp does his Johnny Depp thing.
It's funny when stuff pops up because I feel like his movie didn't he do like a movie? It was like an X-Men type of movie, and then the chick from Fallout's in it, Ellie Purnell,
Oh, is she in
and
that? You know
yeah,
what's funny? Miss Peregrine's School
yeah,
for
that's right. Yep,
I want to say gifted youngsters, but it's not.
kind of. Yeah, it's something like that.
It's that. But you know what? Not a bad movie. I took my
Yeah,
daughters and wife to see that, and they all loved it.
but it popped up on stream again. Streaming's interesting because like it'll pop out, it'll be a top movie. You know what I mean? And then I don't know if they release that or how they get paid. I guess it kind of goes into royalties too, right? I'm not sure how these streaming royalties work. Probably very poorly, or they're not even in the contract when the movie was done. You know what I mean? Which is kind of shit. Um, but like this kind of goes into this picture here with the Steve Rude variant. So this is probably going to be like a hidden gem. This was a 1997 pinup, apparently. I don't remember what this could be from. Um, if it was ever printed, I'm not really sure. But like, how does that work? Like, I don't know how the hidden gems work. Like, does that mean that so and so gets does like did JRJR get one for the new Cap release that was an old, sketch? Like it's I don't know how these work.
I don't know if we covered this or not. Milligan just sent you and I a text. Well, let's talk about Milligan
Yeah.
for a second. Did you look at it?
No.
It's for the he's like, guys, look at this. It's expensive though. It's like a $1,200 Conan statue, but he's got like a naked chick tossed over his back. And it's a sideshow statue. It's really cool looking. Like maybe you'll just insert the picture here, do a big X mark.
Uh,
I had you gotta I am 18. I had to say that I was 18 to look at this picture of
wow.
Conan holding. I know.
Wow.
That's a nice statue. I don't have $1,255 to get it.
But you can do a Klarna or some shit. Yeah, it's almost like a Deja Thoris type of outfit in a way.
Yeah, it's like you can get the collector edition where it's Conan holding the sword, or get the deluxe edition where he's holding the chick.
It's two
That's so
feet,
funny,
two
dude.
feet tall.
Oh,
That's only
sideshow statues are ridiculously awesome.
it's only 755 for with that. Oh, he also has an alternate hand holding a head.
Okay,
A
that's a
guy's head.
this is fresh news,
Jesus
people.
God.
This
Yeah,
news
that
coming in from
that
Brian.
that face of Conan is fucking great though, dude. Jesus God.
You better show pictures now because these
Woo.
people are going to be wondering what we're talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of what are we talking about? Um, did I just black out in the 90s? What the fuck is this? And first off,
This was beneath you in the 90s because you were like real pretentious. You were a pretentious jerk, Mark.
this is
You're like, I ain't watching
96. This is
SWAT
96,
cats.
man. Yeah, I'm what, 19? You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't gonna be,
Yeah, you were waiting for Heroes Reborn in Marvel versus DC. You didn't care much about
I didn't
SWAT
care about
cats.
SWAT cats. I kept trying to look it up because I thought it said SWAT cats. Like I kept trying.
Listen,
I couldn't wrap my mind around it.
it doesn't rhyme, so don't try to make it rhyme. It's not
And
SWAT cats.
SWAT cats. I know, but that's what I
SWAT
want.
cats.
SWAT cats doesn't really feel good either. Like and how dare you? How dare Skybound? Seriously, what the fuck? Like I
Oh,
know
this
I
isn't
know you were
Oni.
focusing on this is
This
no
is
one. This is no one. This is literally a Kickstarter. That's it. Doesn't have
okay.
any home, but to me it's very odd that you have Hori Corona drawing like, Transformers. I just don't understand how they don't have another Transformers, like a mini, or you pull Corona to do a fucking like do a Cliff Jumper
He's
mini
not
series or some
he's not
shit,
doing the whole thing, is he?
Yes, there's no other artist listed, so SWAT Cats. I had to look this up because I don't know what the hell this is. But yeah, the guy, the Tremblay brothers, or Kevin Rodinelli, something like that. That's the original person. I used to sketch missiles for the Turbo Cat as a kid. So it's cool that it's a passion project um, for Corona. That's cool. And then Barbieri's going to write it. Joe Illidge is an editor on a lot of stuff. I don't know if but I don't remember this at fucking all, dude. I don't
I
remember this at
remember it. I
all.
just never watched it. I like that they live in Mega Cat City. Like, can you imagine, like, where do you live, Mark? I live in Mega People City. Like,
Remco.
just because you're a cat doesn't mean you need to call your city cat.
Yeah, but
I live in
Remco,
Human City One.
this was Hanna-Barbera. So that's interesting. I watched the intro, which is like a minute 13, minute 19, something like that.
It's a good intro.
The song is okay, but there's no words in the song.
What?
Yeah, there's no words in the song.
The best thing
Um,
about cartoons in the 80s and 90s was the theme song. If you,
we're
that's probably why
heroes, not. Well, I didn't say we're
not
heroes, not zeros.
we
You
got
know.
what they fear so. Here's the facts. They put the power to the max. I'm going to do as a beat poetry.
Oh boy,
Wildcats.
you're doing snaps.
Wildcats.
Yeah, but again, the logo is cool. Like it kind of fits everything that I think I would like. I have zero memory of this, like beyond zero. So as I looked up, I just looked up, and then there's a,
You know why,
it's got a
Mark? Because you're
Kmart, it's got a Kmart sticker on it. This was $300 on eBay. Like these are not toys, and Remco toys suck. Remco toys,
they did
they're
the
never
they
good. They
did
did
Warlord,
Warlord.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Warlord, but they're all bad. They're all bad. They all fall apart. I remember I think I had Warlord when I was a kid. I knew who he was,
Yeah, we
and they
thought it was
fell
knockoff
apart.
He-Man.
Yeah. I was like, what's this? It came out
This
before
is
He-Man.
stupid.
So I don't know. I don't know.
But the
I'm not
toys
even sure
did
if I like these either. These are the Teenage Mutant Turtles / Godzilla by Playmates. So you have
it.
Leonardo as Godzilla,
Oh my
kinda.
god! You know what this looks like? It looks like when the
Uh,
Gremlins got mutated in Gremlins 2. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
this looks
yeah,
like to me.
yeah. I don't like their nostrils. I don't know. It just doesn't. Michelangelo as Ghidorah and Raphael as Rodan. They're all barely like. I feel like these crossovers, these X ones, they're barely ones.
Oh my
I think
god!
I do not cover the Transformer ones.
No, you don't cover like the
I don't think
stupidest
so.
one. Oh, Mark.
What? Yeah, I don't think I can do it. We'll
All
get
right.
back to it. There's too
Will we
much
get back to
news.
it? All right.
No, I don't know.
Well, look,
Like,
real quick, they make a big mistake though with the Transformers. They do a Transformers He-Man crossover, which is like that doesn't make any sense at all.
mhm,
So they have Man at Arms dressed up like Bumblebee, right?
yeah,
But
right,
Man at Arms colors are literally bronze colors, and
right.
it's a better fit. Why wouldn't you
Braun's
make
not
Man at Arms? Why wouldn't you make Man at Arms brawn, not
because I understand.
Bumblebee?
You're
Orko's
correct.
Bumblebee. You make Orko Bumblebee. Sorry, you make anyone else Bumblebee but Man at Arms.
Yeah, I understand, but no one
It's
cares
really
about
stupid.
Braun. You know what I mean? Well, you know
What are you
what
talking
sucks?
about?
You know what sucks?
Braun's awesome.
They
We
have
care about Braun.
they have the new figures, like the new like mini figures, but they're big and they're like $35 or $40. Like
Yeah.
I'm not buying a Bumblebee. I know it's 6 inches tall, so she said. But
Whoa.
like I can't buy it for $40. This we've covered this a lot, but there's an actual poster that came out for Batman Azteca. This is an entirely Mexican production, so I'm really curious to see this because I do like the Batman Ninja. I think they're kind of fun. There's a second one just came out and I haven't watched it yet, but the Batman Ninja I thought was pretty fun. And again, that was all like a Japanese company doing it. This is all, and this has been in production and it was announced I think 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't know. Finally getting around to putting it out, so I'll take it. New artist editions, Act Four. You know,
Yeah. Scott
um,
Doonbeer's company.
Scott Doonbeer. We hate Scott Doonbeer. We were fine with him. He just wasn't very friendly.
Who was maybe I caught him
And
on
also
an
was
off day.
wrong. We don't like when we tell people facts that are 100% correct, like undoubtedly, like we know in our brain 100% correct, and then they go, no. Like we
No.
hate it. We hate it. You
Yeah,
know,
like what?
I'd rather you not remember. That's more likely, especially being old like us. Like
We don't,
like I
and
have
you're
no
putting
recollection
together.
of it. Just say I have no recollection of it.
He's
That's it.
putting together thousands of pages every year for these collections.
Mm.
I don't. If you get something wrong about your history, listen. If someone goes, "Hey Rob, remember the time you delivered a package to my house?" No, because I
Right.
delivered a million packages. It's okay to be wrong or not remember,
Yeah.
but don't like tell me I'm wrong. Like
Yeah.
I was right. I was right in the conversation.
Yeah.
Scott Dunbier, when he
I'm
listens to this,
usually
he'll be so
right,
upset.
and that's why I'm divorced so many
Yeah,
times.
that's my wife's favorite quality of me is when I'm right all the time.
I think your wife hates me, dude. I swear. Anyway,
That's
here's
fine.
George. That's fine. George Perez, new Teen Titans. Um, yeah, that's fine. I
So,
don't think. I don't
so
think
artist edition means it's the
they're.
full comics,
Yeah,
not just random
the
pages.
press releases are bad on these too, though, man. Like it's like God, like they don't really say what they are. You know, it's a little annoying. Tell me what's going on in them. I understand what you're saying. So you're saying that the artisan editions is when they have a bunch of shit in it, right? All over
Yes.
the place.
Yeah.
And then artist
Right.
editions is when that I think the artisan editions are more interesting. You know what I mean? Because that's more of a chronology. When I was in Midtown, they had the Michael Golden, which I think is worth a lot more. They just had it on the shelf, and I was like, shit, I'm not spending $150 on it. But I know if I would go to eBay, I'm pretty sure the Michael Golden one is a lot, a lot, a lot. You know. But also, I don't want to buy that because concurrently with Scott Dunbar being kind of a dick, same con, Michael Golden was kind of a dick. So I'm like, that's fucking, you know, don't meet your heroes, everybody, or do, you know. I saw this on an Instagram. I don't know what this is, but did you like Psycho? You ever watch Psycho Gorman?
No.
It's pretty good. It's a cool like schlock. It's Psycho Gorman's basically like this big brute guy who comes to Earth, and he just kind of goes around and like beats people up. So this looked weird like that, you know. But also this reminded me this guy in the front, Party King, reminds me of like a Garbage Pail Kid,
I
the
was gonna say,
Garbage
you know
Pail
what
Kid,
this
the
looks like?
movie.
This looks like a sequel to Garbage Pail Kids, and
Yeah,
that looks like that kid grown up. Like
yeah,
they're
yeah,
back. The Garbage Pail Kids are back.
yeah.
That's what it looks like to
This
me.
is probably
That's funny.
pretty bad, but I don't know. It's I believe it's probably out. You know, here's the big ish news.
Biggest
Um,
news
so this
that
has been
we
rumored for a long time. I mean, this basically came out on John Byrne's forums that he was basically making his own retirement comics of X-Men.
yes, he was just penciling a page a day,
Bad
lettering it.
press release also. Another bad press release. Come on, people. You want to hire me? Come on, man. It's not that hard. I like hire me and I'll rewrite your press release. I may not be able to write it, but I'll rewrite it because I like what are the questions you have on this? What's the number one question? Two questions. Oh, right off the top.
Well, for me, it's who's inking it
Correct.
and
Number two.
who's coloring it.
Correct. And what do you get?
And
You don't get anything in the first press release, and then you only get it by accident through Simonson's like Facebook or some shit.
also, is this a mock-up of the cover? Because it's terrible.
It is awful cover. It's awful. Maybe it could. I don't know. I don't know what it's going for.
You couldn't have gotten like a new John Byrne image that's like just better, something that encompasses the entire first 12 issues,
There
like a
are right exactly, but there are things you can manipulate. But he didn't draw covers. That's the thing is he drew all splashes.
which is fine. Well, now you can.
Right. Yeah. If
Or,
you're giving
or
them,
even Mark, even funnier, just go get old Dave Cockrum art and use them for covers
oof.
because Dave Cockrum was a jerk. Well, John Byrne was a jerk to Dave Cockrum. So when Dave Cockrum he was art control at Marvel. He's like, well, I'll just do my own covers for John Byrne's X-Men. So that's a big FU to John Byrne.
Right. That's so crazy. Which means I guess you would get royalties, right? Partial
Yeah.
royalties on that. That's funny.
Is that
Yeah, but this is a terrible design. I think the else one even there is really bad. Like I would have had it probably coming down in the same fashion. The John Byrne is just very plain. Like this is just hopefully it's just a mock up and it looks better. They're doing three hardcovers, and actually their numbers are also wrong. So I have a raw file bootleg of this. Okay, it's not really. It's listen. It was on
Everyone
someone.
does.
Someone did it because it was on John Byrne Robotics, and then someone just kind of put them all together. It's
Yes.
657 pages. The
You
press
know,
release says this is three 200-page books with extras. Well, how is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's so that doesn't make any sense. Um, but on Simonson's Facebook or something like that, there is this page. So Simonson is inking. So they're going to have guest inks, which
well,
is
the
hilarious.
people who've been buying the pages, which is the whole reason John Byrne did this to begin with, because every page he penciled would sell to a collector between 2 and 5 grand.
Mhm.
But these collectors were going and like getting Scott Williams to ink stuff, Walt Simonson to ink stuff. Like they were
Uh,
hiring.
oh, so you're saying this is probably that? That's probably.
Yes. And
Uh,
then and from there on out, they just probably took all the scans of the pencils. If it got inked, I think they're going to use that page. It's just my guess. This is my guess.
well, it said
If it,
one of the things that John Byrne did ink um, half of the pages.
okay.
Like before he sold. Maybe there was a handful that he's like, I'm going to ink this before I let it go. You know, maybe
Yep. Good
that's the higher
possibility.
end. You could sell on the higher end.
He yeah, I never read this, but I like you, I had the people put together pirated
Yeah,
editions.
I
And
tried to
people
read it. I fell asleep.
that's fine. But people did print this. People went and made
Oh yeah, that's
hardcovers of
right.
this.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's
people doubled down on the pirating and tried to make their
funny.
own hardcovers. And it's funny. One guy on one of the Liefeld pages I'm on, he's like, "I just bought this hardcover," and I'm like, "Oh shit! What? This guy just bought the black and white crappy self-made hardcover." And then like two
That's
days
okay.
later, this got
That's kind
announced,
of
and
neat.
the
Oh, I
guy's
see.
like, he's like, "Yeah, I kind of regret overspending on this now."
No, that's okay because I know it's gonna be different. I would like to see. I know he
it's
put it up.
it's an
There,
artist edition now,
yeah, there's a guy who made a or Sal Buscema Rom artisan edition with all
right?
everything that was around the heritage auctions, and he did it as an intro as an audition piece. And like because you can go on his website and there's like 20 pages of it, and then he has little annotations, and he's like, I can do this. Does anyone want to hire me to do this? It's pretty cool
Yeah,
because again, you can just do that. Like he's not selling it, even though I know Kayfabe had a physical copy of it. And I'm like, fuck, how do I. So maybe I'll DM this guy. I'm like, do you have like a printed copy of this thing? But I'm sure it's $100, $200, so
yeah.
that's okay.
I made a print one time. I took a heritage auction, super high res, the Stephen Platt Wizard cover
Flat.
with like Bedrock from Prophet, and Bedrock from Youngblood, Prophet, Chapel. It's like a really great cover. It's the one with like a million bullet shell casings on it. So I made a print out of that, and I got Platt to sign it, and then I got Liefeld to sign it, and then I'm like,
Flat.
it was pretty awesome. Like it's cool that heritage
And you sold
auctions.
it, or you have it?
I ended up selling it because I ended up not liking it as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, yeah,
We had a friend. I had a friend print it up for me who works for like a printer, and it wasn't detailed enough for me. It wasn't like I might do it over again. So I
yeah.
just
Right,
like
right.
sold it.
Yeah. No, it's understandable. I mean, it's you
It's got to
know,
be the best. If I'm going to keep it, it's really got to be the best.
yeah. I
I
mean,
have
the
a
stuff we rotate out is like it's funny. Like I bought when it came out. I think it's where I know all I do is talk about Bicentennial Battle, but right. But they made a version of it, and I don't understand why it's smaller. I don't understand
yeah
why why didn't you just make it this size? So but they have a couple of these stated treasury editions, but they're not treasury size. So I don't
yeah. So
know.
stop calling it that. It's like
And it's not
treasuries.
really better. Like it's not really, I look through it and it's not, but then you still have the gutter loss. Why are you doing the top?
Yeah,
Why are you putting thicker gutters on top to make the image smaller? Why is it
interesting.
the size?
Interesting. You're talking about this, and this delves into the Superman treasury size book.
$30.
By the way, I
Make it 35 and then make it
it
regular
was
size
you
on
said
it.
it was sold out the Superman treasury edition.
Yeah,
When you went to go
that's
get
where I
it,
went. Yeah.
you think it's that Captain American treasury size or traditional treasury size?
Oh, I ended up seeing you talking about the new Superman one?
Yeah, the new Superman treasury edition that
Oh no,
Jurgens did.
it's regular treasury size. I saw it in Midtown.
It's right. What's funny is because all the '90s treasury editions, all the Alex Ross,
Mhm.
Paul Dini ones, and the Jurgen Superman Fantastic Four one, they are exactly the same size as like the '70s treasury editions. So it's weird that that reprint of Captain America is not.
Well, they did that with a couple books. They had a couple books that came out that size. But then that size works if it's a regular traditional comic one. So I don't know, because they did the Kara Andrews Amazing Fantasy in that same size.
Okay.
That makes sense.
We had discussed the other week, Kirkman and David Fincher doing that Skin Breaker series for Image, 8 issues. Did you see the size of the pages he's drawing on? They're huge. They're like bigger
No,
than like the Kirby pages. Like he took 8 years to draw these 8 issues, and they're all like extra big. The whole Skin Breaker series is like oversized every issue, like thick wise.
is that
But
what it is?
like,
8 issues?
yeah, it's 8 issues.
Mm.
But they're making a treasury edition out of every single issue. And Kirkman made a point like, and look, we even blew up the letters. So he talked about what we talked
Right.
about, how we were complaining about the Superman lettering being too small for a treasury size
For the
comic.
digitals. Yeah, for the
Yeah.
digital. Wow. Okay. Well, hey man, good. Someone's paying attention, and that's
Yeah.
Russ. That's Russ, I'm sure, right? Russ Wooten. That's his.
I
That's
think so. That's
Skybound
his dude.
Thunderer, basically. We covered this last week. Savage Sword Conan Reforged. Again, the issue number one cover doesn't make any sense to me because that is not. It
It's
makes
not
sense.
it's not an issue
It
per
doesn't.
issue reprint. That's all.
It does make sense, but it doesn't make sense. So because this is a famous cover, it's the Savage Sword Conan number one cover. I'm not going to get that cover. I'm going to get the Delator cover. I think I'm getting the Ultimate cover. So,
Yeah.
but here's what I like is that they're doing flat coloring. So they
Oh,
posted, this was on the Instagram.
we love this.
They're doing the right thing. They're doing, it's almost as if they're doing the coloring they did for the recoloring that they did for like the paperback versions for like the mass market, the MMPBs, the mass market, because I feel like the colors there are just like they're a little bit brighter, flatter. Here they're a little more subtle. But I do
Yeah,
like that.
subtlety shows off the art, and that's why we like 90s comics prior to the
Well, they're
flat
pulling the
colors.
shading away. Like what I like about it is a lot of these are so here they're leaving the shading in some cases.
Yes.
I'm sure they have to lighten it in some other because some of them are really muddy, but there are versions of it that is not. So Conan Saga, like I have an issue of Conan Saga, which is a Gil Kane issue. But then I believe either I don't know if it was Rudy or if it was Tony DiZuniga or Alcala. They went back and someone went back and just watercolored over it. Like, so
Don't you
um
wish you knew whether they had files for this or they're just scanning the old black and white magazines?
I don't think they have filed. Well, I think what they're doing is they're taking the cleaned files from um for the Omnibuy because there's still going to be 12 black and white Savage Sword of Conan Omnibuy. Then there's going to be, another reforged one. Hey, listen, man, print the money, print it up. Conan fans are Conan fans, and we're going to buy it. So, and it's very exciting to be a Conan fan because they have so much shit going on,
It's a very
and
exciting
it's
time to be a Conan
all
fan.
good. Thankfully, on Conan official, so this made me insane on Conan, and luckily I didn't watch it; it was too annoying. On Conan official, the Conan panel they
Yeah.
post on Conan official, it's literally someone in the front row with their phone like this, like sideways, and I'm like, what the fuck? And the audio was horrible, and I was like, why? How is this on Conan official? And then I believe on YouTube they now have like a full front view. It's like an hour
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. The Kirkman one, the guy's like, I watched the Kirkman one, and that was like a good. It looks like he's in the back of the room, but you could hear it pretty well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was trying to find. I figured I could find the actual panel, but yesterday I took my dad Thursday to see Fantastic Four. You guys saw it yesterday. I caught up with you guys at the Applebee's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I wonder if they hate us. Like we go there and we're there for like 5 hours, dude. Yeah,
It's
for fun.
listen, their turnover so much. It's someone different every
Doesn't
time.
matter. Yeah, that's
Maybe they
true.
hate us while we're there. Yeah, maybe.
Probably. um, but yeah, but there is a shot at the very end of the new Fantastic Four movie where they have a thank you, like all these people thanking Fantastic Four, and they have the original cast. Actually, what's funny about the original cast? Look how big this dude. Look how much this dude literally looks like the Thing now, right? Like
Yeah.
he's fucking gigantic. Like I don't think it's on purpose, but and then Sue looks great still, considering, so
So it looks great. Yeah. It's I didn't recognize them in the
yeah, I didn't
movie,
know.
but
Right.
when I had seen them on the red carpet, my story brain goes, oh, they're going to do the Council of Reeds and we're going to be
No,
talking to him and they'll be
too
in the
confusing.
background.
I'm not gonna do it.
It's not confusing.
Maybe
It's
in the
it's
two. It's
something very
confusing.
easy to do.
They have
So,
this movie was a very well to do our own review. This movie was a very good establishing movie. It just should have been a little funner. It's a little funner. 8.5. That's
but
it.
it's a really good Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was after yeah, this is what I don't know. This is kind of jumping back to the Deadpool Batman. What the fuck is this book? You know what I mean? So now they're
Yeah.
adding in an Al Ewing, like Ruan.
Also, have they said whether is it a universe where they all exist, or is it they crossing universes again? Like they didn't make that clear because in the 70s it was just like when Superman met Spider-Man, it's just like, oh yeah, we just Spider-Man's never been to Metropolis before. They just played it off like they all exist on the same Earth. But then in the 90s, it was two definitive Marvel DC universes.
Wait, I don't even know if I saw this. I saw the cover. Is this right? It says, in addition to his cover, Miller will be writing and drawing a backup story starring Wolverine from the dystopian Old Man Logan story arc in the feature version. Is that true? How is that not the story?
If it's online, it must be.
Wow. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have been a
Um,
bigger press release. No, this is how
it should
bad
have been.
everything is, dude. Like I don't even know. Like this is how bad everything is. And why would he do Old Man Logan? He's just doing an old. He's just doing an Old Man
Yeah, he's
Logan.
just
He's
because
not going to.
there
He's not going to
wouldn't
say it's Old
be
Man Logan.
there wouldn't be an old man Logan if there wasn't a Dark Knight Returns. And before he did Dark Knight Returns, he did Wolverine. So it's like
Yeah.
kind of like a spiral
Yeah, I
forward.
almost like don't even believe that sentence. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't believe that
I
sentence.
don't believe that sentence. All right, so here we go. This is just what we said last week. It's week 2 of Superman. Please
Right.
release the mural. The mural is very Mike Allred. Like, just hire. Why didn't you just hire Mike Allred? It's very confusing. Like, I don't know who drew this. They also, if you put this out,
What?
it's not that hard to credit. But James Gunn's really bad about this. He doesn't credit like production designers as much as most people. He doesn't credit. He's like, well, we like this. Like he says it. Like credit your shit, bro.
That's right.
Uh,
They don't have an Andy Park over there. Was
but
that
just say
supposed to
who it
be
did it. You know.
was
Well,
that
here's
supposed to be Amethyst?
it is not Amethyst. Well, see, that's the thing. It's Madam. So here's what a
Oh, it's
couple
Madame Xanadu.
people have
Okay.
put out. So I don't know. This was on Reddit. This is on a couple different things. So when we saw the colors and the blonde, we're like, oh, it's Amethyst, but supposedly it's Madame Xanadu. And then Silent Night, Ex Exoristos, and the Black Pirate. I don't know. Is it wouldn't that? I don't
And
know.
I thought Jay Garrick was on this, but then he said it's not Jay Garrick.
Yeah, yeah. So image 2. Let me see. This is Miss Liberty, Whip Whirlwind, Whip Whirlwind. Is that a real person? Super Chief,
You know,
El
check your
Diablo,
DC. Check
Iron
your DC.
Munro.
Who's who?
Yeah, see, I think this is problematic, just by having like you just kind of go back to it's a J6 guy. There's a J6 guy in there. Please be careful. El Diablo, great. Iron Munro, sure.
All right.
Oh, that's right. I kind of switched it so it's easier to look at. Here we go. Let's see. Image 3, The Ghost of Flanders.
How diddly ho.
Wesley Dodds, amazing man appearance this week in Justice League, which is
Yeah.
great. Zatara, Liberty Bell, Bullet Man, Max Mercury, Bullet Girl, good, all good.
Cool. Super cool.
Uh, TNT and Dynamite, cool. Phantom Lady, great.
Sexy. Atomic
Uh,
Knight.
Atomic Knight, Freedom Beast, Bawana Beast, Bawana Beast. Can they not call him Bawana Beast? I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure who wrote this. This is a redditor,
Yeah.
right? Wildcat vibe. Gunfire. Well, you got gun. I'm surprised Gunfire didn't show up in. Gunfire was one of the Bloodlines people. Yeah, is that right? Does that sound right? Then they gave Gunfire a series. Was he not? I don't
Yes.
remember. So
I don't remember if he was Bloodline or not.
yeah. And Max Lord. Then you have your crappy James Gunn Max Lord, which is I guess fine.
Which is that better? It's better than Pedro Pascal, Max Lord, right?
Yes. Anything better than that. So funny. Like within like 3 years, we have two different two. I mean, that is so out of the public consciousness that like that's like a dream. Wonder Woman 84 is like a dream. I wonder if Wonder Woman 84, if it was good, if it ended up being good, would there have been a third? You know, but it was so bad.
Yeah. No, there would have been a third if Wonder Woman 84 was good. There would definitely would have been a
Crazy.
third.
It's
They
so
would have
crazy
snuck that in.
how like universally accepted that Wonder Woman is, and then it's like it's gone. it's gone. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think you caught this, and I don't. This is how weirdo Marvel is. Why did they
What was this
cancel
in?
this book? This is Scott Ackerman's doing the Astonishing Spider-Man for Marvel. It's like their scroll.
Okay.
They canceled it.
He's not a bad Scott Ackerman's not a bad writer.
He's not, but I just think it's weird. But he literally, and I would love to find out about this. I would love to find out if he just was like one day, just like, hey, you're not. That's it. Because he's like, okay. But he even goofs on this. He's like, look, it's barely a comic book. It's an online comic. There is no printing of it. There's no planned printing. Because sometimes they will print these in print. They'll put them in print if it's somewhat popular.
Yeah.
Or they did it all the time when they did the early ones. Like there's a good Dracula one. There's Deadpool Dracula's Gauntlet, which was a Riley
Oh,
Brown,
that's phenomenal.
which was great
It's so
as
much
this.
better as the web comic.
Yes, but when they printed it, it's like what the fuck? Like it's not good
It's the
printed.
same
It's
with
as
the
best as
Batman
it could be.
66 stuff.
Yeah,
Batman 66 reads so good online.
right. But the first Batman 66 is 129 images.
I know.
So
It's so
you
good.
can't really you can only do it there. That's the difference. That's the difference is, you can only really do it there. But here they kind of joke about him, like basically ripping off Grant Morrison's Animal Man. I'm embarrassed to say I've never read it. It's been sitting untouched on my shelf for years, and then you know, so I don't know. It wasn't like it's not. It's. I don't know. I would love to know if this was a thing that if it happened in that fashion. So hold on one second. I don't know if you saw this. I like
Yeah,
mashups
that's
of
cute.
things. That's pretty cool. I think it's funny. I wonder. I mean, I wonder. I mean, I imagine they had to contact Iggy Pop to have that song. But I wonder, like, because it's kind of everywhere now. It's pretty cool. I think it's also kind of crazy that people can just kind of clip out endings or film stuff and just kind of post it right online. Because I've seen that literal last shot of the movie of Superman on like just watching it on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like it's like and they're not blocking it or taking it
Yeah, yeah.
down or. And I guess it's been out enough. I haven't really tracked it this week. I think I have it upcoming about some of the worldwide box office for FF, and we can talk about that in a second. So here's some more. I had to kind of dig a little bit for that. They only put the logo up for Call. So Call is coming, saying 2017. Great. This is. I don't know if this is Rosetta Girls also. I don't know. It didn't say. I don't think it said. Again, bad press release. This is the Roberto Della Tour. I already have
Mhm.
the Frazetta Girls Conan that's coming. That's pretty great, but this is really good. This is also really good. So, yeah, two different heads. A lot of good accessories. It seems like it actually looks like the same way that they kind of lay out their toy press releases. So it could be. It could be. I gotta look up that John Carter. Yeah, so here's better. Like I said, they had it on Instagram. They had it like a side photo, like view of this. It's about an hour long. I'm gonna watch this a little bit later. It's only posted yesterday. Pretty cool. Yeah, here we go. So 220 million worldwide in first weekend, and I think the first day or two it had a couple like really solid first few days. Was your crowd close to sold out, or how was your crowd on Saturday?
Oh yeah, it was pretty close to sold out.
Yeah,
I know my wife decided to go last minute and there wasn't a seat next to me. So whoops. But it's
whoopsie.
fine. It's funny because the first bit of news I saw was like Fantastic Four beat Superman today. And I'm like, yeah, it's been out for 2 weeks. It better beat Superman. And then some people are saying it's a Barbenheimer effect. Like the excitement for Superman is bringing in excitement for Fantastic Four. Like it's double.
Yeah,
Like there was excitement for Fantastic Four. It's a Marvel movie that people were actually looking forward to, and
sure.
uh, and we've been thinking about it for years. You know, we've been thinking
Well,
about it for years.
it's funny how similar they are in like we need both of these to succeed in tandem. We don't need one to do better than the other. We need them to make the same money, kind of. Like they're probably not going to make a billion. I think it's also really weird that like Jurassic World, which I feel like is just devoid of thought to a certain level, just prints fucking money.
Isn't it crazy every time?
It prints fucking. It's so stupid. Like it's so unthoughtful. You know what I mean? Like both of these movies had people just scratching their heads like, how do I make this movie? You know what I mean? Like there's 6 writers on this movie. So I like there's a lot of people on this movie. And I
Right.
imagine shit was written on the fly. I imagine that there's a lot. Unlike we talked a little bit about this, like unlike Superman, where I felt the trailer shots, the movie shots were better than the trailer shots. I think in the movie, the shots are more subtle inside the movie and it fit better in the movie. This is just a better like it's a better pace, better feel of a movie, like in a completeness.
Now
And
this
again,
is
smaller, I get it.
it is. Now this is director Matt Shackman's first movie.
Correct. He's directed
But
everything from Always Sunny to Game of Thrones to, he's
being the
done
main showrunner
everything.
on WandaVision. Like WandaVision
He
is
directed
his.
every WandaVision episode.
Um, and when I watched this, I did feel like, I could watch a Fantastic Four television show if this guy were in charge of it. Because there was room. Every segment, you felt like there was room. Like this could have been an episode with a little more expansion. This
There's
could
a
have been an
there's a
episode.
little bit of complaints online about that. They're saying that they're like
Are they?
basically that it's an 8 hour uh it's an 8 hour television show condensed to two, you know. And
Okay.
that's and whatever.
All right.
Listen,
Then
like you because you can tell, you can feel you didn't get yes, if we had a television show with this, we would have had uh extra scenes with Natasha
for sure.
last name Rhyme Leone. Like it's the same
Right. You would
it
have got Malkovich, Red Ghost.
correct. Yeah, like if you just had just a little there could be more Mole Man. Like you could have just a little bit more
Mole
of
Man.
everything.
The
What
the
was
hot,
what was the one line that got cut that you said that you liked? It was or Brian liked. They said it was the I stretched the bounds of reality and they heard or something like that.
yeah,
That's
space
not in
and they heard us. No, that's a really good line too.
it. Like yeah, that's tough. That's
Because it made it seem like his fault that Galactus discovered Earth. And that's interesting to me. Like
yeah.
that's something like we're at fault here. You know?
Uh yeah, the basically the whole shot of them, explaining what family dinner is and the importance of family dinner to like that, like basically probably television producer, right? That's not in it.
It's
So
it's funny. It's like, is it unintentional that like the thing either likes to cook or is a cook like he's like, oh, pretty good, like because you're so used to that character on the bear. You're that actor,
sure, but he
Evan
does not
Moss.
cook at all. That's what's funny about that is he's on the show and he
Yes.
doesn't cook at all. He's the hospitality front.
Yes.
Like that's by accident. You know what I mean? Like
It's a coincidence.
yeah.
It's neat.
It still ended up
I thought it
being
was neat.
yeah, he still ended up being I think just because they nailed a lot of aspects of him and it wasn't like they didn't do this man this monster like beating you over the head with it, but you would feel some
No.
sadness
You
in
would feel sadness, yeah.
there's one great shot where he's watching a video of himself as that and then it's the black they have to have conserve power. So it's later in the movie, then they conserve power, and then the TV shuts off, and then it's his face. It's
It's
like
his face.
fuck, great.
The thing looked really good. They just kept pouring money into that CG to
Mm,
where it just looked like rocks all the time.
squeak it. Yeah, that's it. And we kind of know that kind of always happens. They did the same thing with Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer looked better
Yeah.
by far by the time it came out. So I feel like
Um.
now because they have to satiate the audience, and it's almost like again we got it from Sonic, right? They put out the Sonic, and they basically they have 3 very
Sonic.
successful Sonic movies, or they could have doubled down and said we're putting it out as is, and it would have failed. That's one Sonic movie failed.
Yeah.
Now they made at least $1 billion between those three. I
Yeah.
imagine.
Three successful movies and the Knuckles TV show, which people like.
Yeah, I never saw. No,
That's not
I never
hard
saw.
to. I mean, I've seen the 2 movies and they're fine. They're fine. I like Sonic,
Yeah,
but I want more Sonic in the Sonic universe. I'm that guy who's like, give me Mario in Mario World, give me
right.
Sonic in the Sonic. I want He-Man on Eternia. Like, don't give me the Earth. The Earth stuff just seems easy,
Earth's
and I
coming.
and I've been that way since I was a kid. Since the first He-Man movie, I'm like, no, get the hell off Earth. It's so boring.
Yeah,
Eternia is where it's at.
that's how it is, unfortunately.
Well,
So,
I know. You always got to go back to reality. It's Chronicles of Narnia. You always got to go back home. You can go to Narnia, but you still got to go back to the dresser.
yeah.
So, so with Superman, with Fantastic Four. Oh, were you okay with things voiced through the movie? Like, did it bother you?
Yeah, no, I kind of thought what you were saying, and I believe there are interviews that there was never a voice change. I think that's cartoon. That's like, and then they kind of even play with that a little bit too. They have a
Yeah,
cartoon post credit, which is pretty fun too. I mean, Herbie literally is a cartoon creation because they can't have a fire person
Yeah.
on 60s TV
What do you believe,
cartoon.
Mark? Do you believe they're afraid of kids lighting themselves on fire, or do you believe the Human Torch IP was somewhere else?
Probably a bit of both. You know what I mean? It probably was a quick fix, but Herbie was quickly introduced into Marvel stuff. You know what I mean? Like he was right in there too. So they utilize it. That's the one thing I think that I miss about having like Fantastic Four. I miss when they would swap people out. Like even looking at the Simonson stuff, like even when you look at this, like that's not even the thing. Like things there,
Yeah.
like he's
Thing
back
thing has to
there.
wear like yeah. Was Simonson made Thing super big and bulky, right? And
Well,
then took away
that's
his
the things like
powers.
that's Darla, right? That's the other girl. That's the
That's
I forget, not Darla Deering. I forget. Darla
the
Deering's the one
other.
later.
She was a Miss Marvel too, right?
Yes, yeah. And then this is where they kind of change her back. They change her back to 350. So, um, all around really fun. This every time I look at these issues, it bothers me, and it's always going to bother me. And it was the first thing I met Simonson, I asked him. It was the first thing I asked him because I'm a letterhead. I'm a lettering head, I guess is what you say.
Hmm?
So the first thing I asked Simonson when I met him, I have my Simonson omnibus signed, right? My giant. If I meet him again, I should get my Orion signed. But he doesn't even like that Orion omnibus because they did it wrong. They put
Also,
all the backups in the back, the backups for
oh,
each issue, where the backups in each issue uh,
help
helped
build the
the
story.
story
Yeah.
continual. So he didn't know about it. They thought they were pleasing him. It came out, and then he was mad about it. So I don't know if they ever went back and reprinted that omnibus and if they fixed it.
They're
It wouldn't be
great.
hard for them to fix it.
If everyone gets a chance, read that Orion series because not only is Walt Simonson's Orion
Like
gorgeous, it's
20
gorgeous
issues,
throughout.
25 issues. Yeah.
I think it's 25. But the backups you got like Art Adams and Eric Larson and Rob Liefeld and Jeff
Frank
Loeb
Miller.
and Frank Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's one that wasn't published.
Mm.
There's a Mark Miller Steve Ditko backup story that never got published. I think DC finally put it in like a trade somewhere.
Okay.
Is that crazy? Mark Miller, Steve Ditko, New Gods.
Was that supposed to be for that? Because that doesn't make sense. Because I feel like Simonson only ever, he heralded the people to do on the back end. I'm not
I
sure.
mean, I mean, yeah, but Jeff Loeb wrote the Liefeld one,
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah.
so I think he might have said, "Hey, do this story." Maybe he did a plot with them.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. Not with Dicko. Dicko's up in his tower. Um, so yeah, so we got the Batman panel, San Diego Batman panel, some Batman preview page. They're showing a lot. I feel like we've already seen 5 to 6 pages of this Batman #1. Just keep putting them out because I think this is probably what's going to be in the comics in the next month or two.
Right?
Um, so we have the Gotham River. So is this New Jersey? Is that New Jersey there, or this is New Jersey?
That's the Gotham River, aka the Mullica River in Vineland area.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they're going with the Tim Drake, which I think is going to make. Listen, that's our Robin, and I feel like our age is who we're reading Batman. Like
Yes,
I feel like and that's I guess going to be bad for comics
that's
because
Generation X's.
yeah,
It's Generation X slash Millennials, Robin, because I have millennial friends who are like hardcore Tim Drake. I'm like, I get it, I
yeah,
get it.
yeah, real good, real nice design. And then uh, people aren't. I don't know if they're happy about this or not, but basically they have like an AI Alfred. I don't know why they
It's
just don't just like hard reboot and just like say Alfred's back. Sorry, we just he's back. I don't know. You can do. Here's what you do. Here's what you do. Easy. You
who
do a
actually killed him.
you
Well,
do a
it was
We Are Wrestling
Didio.
Day. Uh, it wasn't Tom King. That's the thing. That's what I
We
think.
all blamed him.
Well, he will
We
get
all
blamed for that
we
for
all blamed that
life.
bald bastard.
But that wasn't him. And I
Wow.
think it was always. I don't think it was ever the plan. What sucks about I think that his run is all over the place, but what sucks about his run being like neutered is that they make such a big deal about the wedding and
Yes.
they press release that morning of it coming out, which like neuters the sales because it didn't happen. It was never supposed to happen. Like he knew it wasn't supposed to happen. And us knowing with the way comic book world is there's a 50-50 shot. that a wedding's going to get broken up or not happen. Like that's the
Yeah.
wedding that started with FF wedding. That's it. You know what I mean? That's because there's going to be a kerfuffle, of some sort. So I don't know, but yeah. So if you think about the We Are Yesterday stuff that just happened, and even the Justice League Unlimited, where people are flashing in and out, just pluck them. You know what I mean? You just pluck them. Alfred is in one of the pictures, right? Because they're talking to him. I feel like he's in one of the panels of an issue or two ago.
They could just do that. Just Alfred's here from the multiverse,
Pluck
and
him.
he
Who
from
cares?
time, and he gets stuck. He stayed here,
Fine. You have him like 10 years younger. Have it like a little bit younger. You know what I
and you
mean?
know what? And within a year, we stop remembering that it's not our Alfred.
Yeah,
Hashtag
it
not our
actually
Alfred.
would be interesting for him to be filled in. Can you imagine the whole issue of him just sitting there and then he gets filled in with all the crazy fucking shit? And
Yeah,
then James Tynion took over. Like I know they won't say it, but then they'll be like,
yeah.
and then this happened. Because I feel like every once in a while they'll do that. They'll hang the lantern and they'll just be like, and this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, because comic books are insane. Like
The
they're
comic book when they do that when I forget somebody just did it
pretty
recently, and I'm
funny.
like, it
Yeah, I
is
remember
funny.
what
It's
that
like
was from. It's very funny though. Yeah, because it is. But we just kind of accept it. We're like, okay. And the thing is, like, we also accept that, when there's all this weirdo backlash. I think it was in Superman. It might have been in Superman Unlimited. I think Slott did it because I think Slott's really good at it. I think Slott's good
yeah.
at also doing the concept, pushing through the hate, and then because I imagine that people are probably not going to like Tina, where I think it's kind of fun. I don't know. I think it's fun. It's a comic book.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very excited. We'll get into uh, that in a little bit. This I thought was like a wrong. When I was looking through this, I couldn't figure out if this was them typing the wrong press release because it says Mike Down and Elton John, and then down here it says Cullen Bunn, Larry King, and I'm like, is that Larry King, Larry King? And I don't think the press release even says if it's Larry King, Larry King, which I almost feel
The
like
the
Larry
the,
King
the Larry
died.
King, he did.
He did die.
He's dead. He's been
So
dead for
who's is this a
5 to
different
10 years.
Larry King? Like I don't understand.
I guess it's like
I don't know.
the Howard Stern, the lawyer, not Howard Stern,
Oh, that's right.
the shock jock.
Right, right,
Just
right.
another Larry
Howard
King.
K. Stern. Howard K. Stern.
Howard
So
King.
this is
You know about Larry King? He was a UPS helper one year for Christmas or two. He had
oh
a
really?
job in New York being a UPS helper.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
like, that's cool. I got respect for you now. I always did.
Uh
I have no problem with Larry King.
this
So
looks kind of good. I don't know what this is. So AWA I feel like is kind of all over the place with their products. I don't know. Sometimes I see their stuff, but like I don't know if did I ever read any of this stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I've only
I
ever really
tried
kind of
to.
previewed some stuff or read some stuff
That was all
on
the
like
Straczynski
Hoopla.
stuff, right?
Yeah, I just think but
It was okay.
I don't like Diodato's, and it seems like he's not doing it here. I don't like Diodato's like when he does this type of stuff, but usually it's like almost like one image, and then it's like I'm just gonna put these
You know,
lines in
you
here.
know, I don't mind the images when they break up story, but when they're the same panel, I just don't get like why is there a line through his hat? Like what is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
That
I'm
should
not
be
really
how
sure.
many panels should this be? One, two,
One, two, three,
three,
four,
four. It
five.
should be five
Five.
panels.
Right.
5 panels. And we got like 13 here, or 14.
Yeah, but
You're not
at least
adding
I
anything to it.
see the depth of it a little bit differently. I feel like it doesn't seem like his really Flash stuff. Like I couldn't even look at it. First off, he's not a kinetic artist to draw the Flash, so I have no idea why they said let's put him on the Flash. It's like the worst idea. It's not. I'm not saying it in offense to Mike D. Jr. because he has a lot of strengths, but
Yeah.
not the Flash. Like it's not the right artist. Like Scott Collins, Howard Porter, Carmine
Old
DiGiomenico.
Diodato. I think 90s Diodato would have been fine on the Flash. Like Diodato
Yeah,
doing Wonder Woman, Glory, and
like
Thor.
Artemis.
Like
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Artemis. Well, that is.
Right, right. But
But yeah,
it's
Artemis
the
era. Right,
design.
right, right.
Yeah.
I
But yeah,
I
same
love
here. This
Jack
is three
Pumpkinhead.
panels. Like why? Yeah, I think this is cool. Yes, exactly.
Oh, please always use this guy. Like I love Return to Oz as a kid. It was so awesome. Like give me the creepy. I think Jack Pumpkinhead was in the original Wizard of Oz book. Him and the Hungry Tiger.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe, and that's where I think that's when I was a kid. I was like where I learned that there were more things, right? Like like when you're a kid and you're like, this is the thing, and then you're like, wait, that's based on the book. Wait, there's 10 books. Like what do you mean? Like
Yeah,
like even like the John Carter stuff. It's like John Carter's like 13 books, and then there's like other stuff. It's like what? Like so it's kind of nuts on what is plucked and what's taken and what stays and what is left out. So.
yeah.
But we'll
It
see. I
was.
mean, listen, there's a reason why it's called Ultimate is it called Ultimate Oz? See, I don't like
It is. I don't know. You know what I would love to do? I would love to do like a Wizard of Oz, like MGM sequel. Like nobody ever does like an MGM sequel, but make it look
Mm.
like a dude dressed like a tiger. You know, give me a guy with a pumpkin
Oh, I
head.
see.
Like
Right.
make it look like it was filmed in 1937, 38. You know,
Yeah, that would be interesting. This came out on press release when I think they were out there. They were mentioning it's IDW Godzilla 80,000, and then they're doing a second print, which I'll kind of push through because I
that's
think they
phenomenal.
think they mentioned something about the spoiler at the end. So I just want to push
I
push
don't.
past that.
I didn't finish. Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, I pushed past it because I didn't want I don't want the spoiler in there. I didn't put the cover, so don't look at the second print cover because it's a
Okay.
spoiler.
Yeah, I didn't finish reading it. I started three
Really
this
fun,
morning. I
really good.
just started three this morning, and I'm like, and you're like, the link sent for
Yeah, yeah.
the
Sorry,
podcast. I'm like, all right, I'll read it later.
we have to
Did you
get
read?
to it.
Did you read Superman?
No.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah, funny. We read the books that we were each want the other person to read, and we read the ones that neither of us have read. And so, no, I read. I,
Fine.
I almost I almost forgot it came out. See, like I don't know why. I don't know why Dan Moore books come out in the same week. So stupid. That's so stupid. It's been
We
stupid
what
since
are we
day
talking
one.
about? We've liked it since day one.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Oh,
I want it
we're
scattered.
done.
Put
No
it
more
1 week off.
podcasting. Click.
1 week off. 1 week off. Uh, I don't know what this is, but these are kind of good looking, and I'm sure we'll get better pictures of it. So just a quick story about Marvel's doing in Yuck Lee Street Burst variant covers.
So it's basically what the '90s. It's how we would dress if we were superheroes in the '90s.
Yeah,
Like at least Captain America's got a nice bomber jacket. Back to that.
yeah,
A
yeah.
trench coat with a Fantastic Four T-shirt. Yep, that's
Everybody
this
looks
is what
cool.
like everyone looks
Yeah,
cool. Miles
everybody
looks
looks
like
cool.
Miles.
Yeah, just
What
do.
did they give? Did they give Hulk a shirt wrapped around his waist?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's
That's
grunge.
so.
It's grunge, baby. Well, they don't say 90s, but yes, when we look at this, it's like it's very, very 90s.
It's funny with the Hulk. It's like because he rips out. The point is he rips out of his shirt. So he would only have Bruce Banner's small shirt. Like, does he happen to have a
Yeah,
Hulk
you could
size
have.
shirt
Yeah,
laying around? Like,
you could have a Smart Hulk shirt. See, like that's the thing is I feel like Smart Hulk in the movies is take a lot of people take that Smart Hulk like that he wasn't really like that in the book. He was very minimal that he was like that in the comics. Like it was, you know, and have glasses, like glasses Professor Hulk, So they're canceling their base. Well, again, this is kind of the same thing. So they're going to have a 2099 The End miniseries. It's weird they have it patterned like that. These number ones are terrible. Look at that one. Fuck you, man. What are you doing? That sucks. That's so bad. Yuck.
you think it's gonna
Just
be? You think it's just gonna be 2100 next year?
yeah, sure. I mean, like it's again, it's 21st Century Fox. You know what I mean? Or 20. What do they call it? 20th Century Studios.
Yeah,
Just leave it 2099. It doesn't need to be 2100 because 2100 is not compelling. That's not. Wasn't it called? Wasn't something else? Was
2093,
20? Well, no,
2093.
it's not as cool. So what do you do?
No,
2099. 2100 cool? No.
no,
29,
no. Never.
2099. That's cool. So, but Steve Orlando for the most part uh is boring for me. So I don't care.
I know. I tried. He did a DC book I thought was kind of good. Did he write the Nova 2099 one shot? That was really good.
Yeah, use like
That was
Nova.
actually really good. I like that book a lot.
So you put the character ahead of the story. Maybe it wasn't good. I get it. I understand. I understand completely. There's Galactus Null, maybe.
No, what do you go? Oh, like his name's Abyssus. I should have called him
Abyssus.
Nolactus.
No Lactus. Not that hard, guys. Um, this was a weird. Again, these facsimile editions are just like. I mean, I guess they make money. Also, who
They
gets
do
paid on
because
this?
fans prefer old stuff over new stuff. We do.
Yeah, I do love.
Not technically, but you know.
I almost wonder, like, to kind of go into that Marvel art stuff real fast with that Elsewhen. I know we have been talking about since the show started about the Kill Raven, in his roar. And Marvel
Yeah.
Arts can easily do that, and this may open the door for that because Liefeld doesn't want to work with Marvel, so this is kind of not working with Marvel. And maybe I don't know, man. Maybe it's going to come to a point where Marvel comics do not sell enough that they're going to stop, and then we can license them. I don't know. Like, can we license
That's a
through Marvel
ugh.
Arts our own Avengers comic? You know what I mean? Like, if we had enough money, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
There
how that deal worked. I imagine CB has to okay it, but CB was always okay
he
okaying
it was
that John
always
Byrne.
above.
That
Yeah.
was approved with Joe Quesada. That else one was approved with Joe Quesada. I was like, you want to print this? We can do it. But Byrne doesn't talk to anyone. He sits in his rocket ship chair. What is that? What is that? Everyone go to YouTube and look up his Sci-Fi Channel interview with that one guy. It was okay. He's an okay interviewer. Um, but that interview is pretty good. But John Byrne's a weirdo. He's a weird dude. He's a weird dude. You know. Anyway, so they're doing 1 through 7. I feel like you can do. I think 1 through 12 is the solid, and then after that, it's still good all the way through. I don't know why you wouldn't do. I guess you wouldn't do. The first 7 issues. I don't know. Again,
I
what
know,
they're
but
gonna what they're gonna do
these
is
are all
they're gonna
double
do.
sized, right?
Yeah, I think they were. I feel like that's correct. Yeah, because I feel like back
Oh
then
yeah,
it
they
wasn't.
say 25 cents on the cover. So yeah, they were
Yeah,
double sized,
yeah.
if not
This
more than
is
double sized.
this is really. I mean, this is kind of the best. Like, I think I used to have. I sold it. I think I used to have Essential Silver Surfer, which had the black and whites. Now that I'm back to like a Buscema appreciativeness, whatever.
Sure.
Whereas I feel like this book basically caused a big rift and created Kirby's resentment to leave, because this Kirby's character, and then and he didn't know what was happening at all, and then it was just out, and then he left, and then that's when he's taken off. That this was an argument, and then it pushes him to go to DC for 71, and then comes back. You know what I mean? They ends up coming back, and then ends up doing like the last issue of this, I think. Um, which doesn't feel like I don't. I think did he write? I think he even wrote the last issue. So, and it's just angry. That's an angry issue of Silver Surfer. He's just yelling. There's a lot of panels taken from that because that's you don't really see him angry. Cool panels of the Kirby stuff, but and when I knew more about that, I almost like disdained this later. That are like,
Yeah,
how dare you? This caused Jack
it's
Kirby
it's very
turmoil,
weird to like you.
and
Jack
now I'm
Kirby
okay
goes and
with it.
creates a character, and then Stanley's like, I like this character. I'll use him forever.
Right, right. But John Buscema, and and there's a really good clip I mentioned it recently of Stanley and John Romita Sr. talking, and John Romita Jr. sitting there. It was during that like Stabber home line, and John Romita Sr. is drawing, I think, either Gwen or Mary Jane. I think he's drawing Mary Jane, and they talk about the letters coming in. And I know a lot of people will just say like, well, Stanley was never there. The way they were talking about stuff, because remember, John Romita Sr. admittedly is not Jack Kirby.
Right.
Admittedly cannot do just create stories, because that's not how he grew up when he was doing like romance comics. Like he didn't
Yeah.
know. He was given the plot. He was given probably almost like full script, panel 1, panel 2. So he doesn't know how to do it. So the first couple issues, I think he did. I think he took over Daredevil, and then he took over Spider-Man. The first couple issues of Spider-Man, he needed some guidance, and I think that probably pulled Stanley back if he came pulled away. He pulled away because
Which
he
Stanley might
trusted
have liked because I
Ditko.
feel like he got more into Spider-Man. Stanley loves Spider-Man. I
Correct.
think that's his favorite book.
Yes, that's admittedly
So
is, yeah. So, but you're right. Yeah, so that pulled him back. But when they talk about it, and the same thing here is that like this isn't Roy Thomas like ghosting him, which is also a rumor that may or may not be true. I feel like Roy Thomas was entered into the limelight relatively house Roy. He was put into a lot of things.
yeah,
Same thing. It's in my brain. I have two different Roy Thomases. I have two different Roy Thomas because I have Infinity Incorporated, Roy and Dan Thomas in my head. That's a certain Roy Thomas, right?
that's the Roy Thomas
Invaders
that
Roy
you and I,
Thomas,
right? All Star Squadron, like we love that Roy
All
Thomas.
Star Squad. Yeah, so that type of like retro throwback, Frank Robbins, like that's a different Roy Thomas to
I
me.
gotta read Anthem. I think he did his own. He created his own
Oh
40s
yeah.
superhero team,
hmm
but I've never read it.
Um, but then Conan Roy Thomas to me is like a different person. You know what I mean? Like that's a totally different person. And then hearing the interviews of him getting Conan by accident, like trying to get that and paying out
Yeah,
of pocket to start that contract is crazy. Like that's that they wanted to go get Thongor. He's like, well, I know I want to get Conan. You know what I mean? And they got Thongor too. Um, but yeah, so just hearing that and his like and how many issues of Conan and him pulling differently, that's a different Roy Thomas than Avengers Roy Thomas, than Fantastic Four Roy Thomas. So So, but you're right. So talk about this is Stan Lee writing his college philosophy term papers because for whatever
Yes.
reason, Silver Surfer ran in all these different, circles, but that he became a big when Stanley was doing these circuit tours of colleges. That was like a lot of his essays that he would talk to people about was about like just how strangely philosophical Silver Surfer was. John Buscema's not writing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
No,
that
no,
he
he's
he
not.
ain't that ain't nothing. So that's just all just flourish. And Buscema probably did some Marvel style stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of that's the best Stanley stuff I think written is this run 1 through 7. So okay,
All right.
I'll take
Cool.
it.
Facsimile edition. Brothers.
Yeah, so DKR, it's surprising. This is taking a long time. I feel like this would have been the first one. Watchmen was one of the first lines in the DC Compact format. Like you're doing Dark Knight Returns, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
My only gripe with this is coming out in April, February. February is White Knight, April is DKR. My only gripe with this is
Yeah.
that's a terrible. It's issue 5, I think, and I know that's what this is, but that's the image you're gonna put. There's so many images from White
It's
Knight I think are better
it's
than
like
this.
here's the Dark Knight Returns image everyone knows
Yes,
and arguably argued over, which I love.
yes,
Um,
which we
and
have
then it's
the
like,
answer.
all right,
Yeah,
yeah, we
but
have the answer now. But then you got White Knight, and it's like, yeah,
yeah, it's fine. Like it's fine. Like what? Like they're press releasing them that they're both like evergreens. Yeah, sure. They're both evergreen, different takes. Sure.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I just don't know why they picked that cover. And like there's so many covers that they could do here. You know what I mean? Like there's so and it's not that Sean Murphy's hard to get a hold of. You know what I mean? Like, do you want to do it separate? They none of these actually. Well, that's actually not true. But none of these books have original covers. Zero. Like they're all supposed to just be like extras. Like that
Yes.
just is just an extra thing. The 5.5, 8.5,
Mm.
9.99. Okay. And part of me feels like I don't know if New Frontier came out, right? But I don't know, man. I like having that around. I had an
No.
absolute, I sold it, and I should, then because I knew they were making like a super. I think they have a super absolute. I think the first absolute they put out didn't have parts of the special, or they had some extra
Yeah,
stuff that
it didn't
wasn't
have the special, the John Henry Irons book, whatever that
right.
was.
Yeah, so I don't have it. But I still have the slipcase. The slipcase broke, and I use a slipcase sometimes for something I photograph. I have as like the background.
Okay.
Um, but I
Yeah.
have the Black Label edition, which has a bunch of extras in the back of annotations. So that edition, even though I think that edition's actually gone, I don't think they have a Black Label anymore. I think it's just like DC, whatever. Anyway,
DC,
that's like
whatever.
yeah, that's like a DC deluxe edition. So I don't know.
So we're very happy for those books to exist. They're just not for us.
Yeah, yeah, these are fine. But I kind of do want to just have around the house like a New Frontier that I could just like pick up and like just look through. And the artwork is so kind of zoomed in on New Frontier, I think you won't lose it. Whereas I feel like just think about how small some of
The Dark Knight
the
panels
I
are.
think Dark
Yeah.
Knight Returns panels are 16. There's some of them times are 16. Like they're just little baby talking heads. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. We're old man eyes. Fuck it. Everyone's seeing
Yeah.
it. Your daughters are reading it, right? Like they're fucking seeing it. Um, so here we go. So this is kind of interesting because we're getting Absolute Batman in Wonder Woman. It says crosses over with, but I don't really know if they announced that it's crossing. I don't know if Absolute Batman is just in this as a guest star. I don't know if they say it in there because it wasn't in the Batman panel. This showed up on something else.
Okay.
But it's cool that Hayden Sherman. We know what Hayden Sherman's Batman looks like, you know, and this isn't as big in scale as I feel like the Batman should be, but maybe it is. I also
Maybe it
don't
is
know
because
how Wonder Woman is, how tall Wonder Woman is here. She's six
I feel
foot,
like
7 foot,
she's at least 6 foot
6 1.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she's a
might be.
6'1". But I feel like that he should be bigger here. But this is a Dragata head. So Hayden Sherman is not really pulling. He's not. I mean, he's not doing his like Batman '89 that he's doing kind of in Dark
Right.
Patterns, right? But I just was expecting this to look a little different, and I'm not too sure. Not too sure.
Let's see how the book goes. Like we'll see.
I got a
We
little more
don't know until we
confidence
read it.
back. Did you read Absolute Wonder Woman this week? I got a little more confidence back in the book
No, I didn't
after I
read it
read it.
this week yet.
It's good. It gave me a little bit more confidence back. I feel like it's a little bit back. Like I feel like it meandered too much, and now it's kind of pulling back to some of
All
the
right.
first couple issues. You texted me this, and again, since Raphael Albuquerque came on to Superman Unlimited, I said, well, not for long, because I
It's
feel
been
like
a
every
countdown.
time
Yeah.
he gets something, and also this kind of, well, maybe he can hold it, because again, like you said, Huck was probably in a drawer. He did Huck over years, I guess. Yeah, because Huck's
Very
coming out
possibly.
now. It's not, no fill in there. That's
No.
his creator
That's his
Owen
property.
Millar.
Yeah.
All six will come out for that just fine. Five or six. Does he do five or six? He do five?
I think he's doing 6. I'm not
Okay.
positive.
So
He
that's
Miller
gonna
goes
come
back and
out.
forth.
He was supposed to do, if I still have this right, I believe I have this still right. He was supposed to do Absolute Superman, and then
Right.
he did Superman. So he turned
Right.
he I think some of the designs actually held on that. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know. This person was I've never read anything by Pornsack Pitch and Shoot. I can't believe that's a person's name, number one, that you wouldn't name yourself, like, I don't know, Ram V. Like, I think I've read Ram V's real name, and he's like, that's
Yes.
okay, everyone. Here you go. Like, here's a very easy way that you can say my name. You know what I
Here's
mean?
a
Like, I
name that
feel
now
like,
everyone will remember me. And that, you know what? Good move.
yeah, I would
Good
say
move.
that, like, I wish Al Ewing would turn into Ram V, meaning that when Ram V first started, I thought his shit was boring. Like, I didn't really get it. And now I kind of like all of it. Even if it takes a while, even if it builds a certain way, like, I really think very fondly of, even though I think when I was reading, I was complaining it to you. I was like, I don't know about this Detective Comics thing. I don't know what he's doing. This is
Right.
pissing
Right.
me
Right.
off. But my point is, Raphael Albuquerque started that with Ram V, with another, and it doesn't he was on it. He's like, I'm going to do this for years, and he did it for like 3 issues, like 4 issues, and it went all over the place with different artwork. And I kind of blame him. So when I think about him, I get mad at him. Like, man, that was going to be your run. It's going to be your big run, and it didn't happen. Now he's on, and he's doing a very good job. That was probably our pick of the week last week. It was my favorite book last week, was Superman Unlimited
Yeah. Superman Unlimited. Right.
with Crypto. I still have yet to read the Crypto issue that I have on deck, even
Yeah.
though I know that's going to be good because that's Mike Norton. Because there's such good acting and it's
Yeah.
new
And
Crypto,
we enjoyed the first issue.
and it came out so close to. But I feel like that Crypto is that's Bear, that's a Labrador Retriever, that's a lab,
Yes.
versus I think this Crypto is the mutt and is Ozu. It's James Gunn's dog.
Dog. Right.
Anyway, so they announced this, and here's where it lost me. 6 issues, so maybe he can put it in the can. Maybe he's been working on it. I don't know.
Possible.
Number one, I hate that fucking logo. That logo is fucking terrible. Number one, horrible
Yeah.
logo. Number
It's
two,
Oreen Arrow.
this looks exactly like Absolute Flash. Like, it doesn't look interesting whatsoever. I almost feel like he didn't draw this. I feel like that's like Alvaro Lopez. You know what I mean? Like, it was also okay, but that doesn't feel like anything. It doesn't feel like, Javi Fernandez drew it, and we're going to talk about him in a couple of minutes. And that's the guy we were on. Either we were on the phone. I don't know. We hung out all day yesterday, kind of like we were together, and he called me. I'm in bed, like you always
Yeah.
call me. I'm doing things anyway.
Right.
So
Naked, covered in lotion.
it's very possible. So like uh, so because you said, because like we think that Dan Mora has to quit something,
Yeah.
and you said that the solicits came out for October,
Like
November.
October. And I think he's still on jail, Justice League Unlimited and Superman.
Right. I want him to stay on Justice League Unlimited, and you want him to stay on Superman. So I feel like
Yes.
so one of us is right, or maybe one of us is wrong. Just in this
I don't know.
case too, are we wrong without Raph Albuquerque? Can he continue to stay on Superman Unlimited? Who's your B artist? No, so far we don't know. There hasn't
We don't
been
know.
one solicited. And how is this coming out? And I think Huck was in a drawer, and that's okay. And maybe he's putting it out. He put Huck out close to knowing Superman Unlimited's coming out. Maybe Raph Albuquerque. I don't know if anyone gets famous anymore. I don't know if anyone gets quote unquote hot anymore, right? I don't know if that's a thing. There's no trades. I don't really know. Dragata, maybe, you know what I mean? But that's word
And
of mouth, like,
Dan Mora's hot.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, he's doing Deadpool Batman, right?
yes, which is
So
great.
yeah, and it's his return to work with Grant Morrison, like
But
the
these
old Claws team
pages
back
look
together.
fucking boring, dude. Like, and like, I feel like we've done so many reboots of Green Arrow. He's not quite Hawkman like, But the Green Arrow in the last 30 years of reboots is like this. It's over and over. No one's clamoring for. They were supposed to cancel that Green Arrow book, and it stayed when Williamson had it. Williamson. Remember, it was like going to be 12
Yeah.
issues, and then they're like, "We're making it a miniseries. It's going to be 6," and they're like, "Ah, we'll do 12." I feel like they never made up their mind, and then I think Williamson had to go do something else and get paid, and it never was canceled because it's still going, right? I think.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know. I dropped off pretty. I don't really know. So I again, these pages are just kind of flat to me. I don't know. They're not compelling, especially with the work he's doing on Ultimate. Ultimate. Jeez, there's so many fucking adjectives, right? Unlimited, Superman Unlimited, Ultimate
right.
Superman Unlimited, absolutely, right? Like just goddamn it. Anyway, um,
2099.
so here's your KO. So here's your Javi Fernandez. So I voted. When you said if he's leaving, if he stays on Superman, who do you want for JLU, Just League Unlimited? And I said,
Mhm.
I would say Javi Fernandez. So Javi Fernandez stuff's coming up here as Javi Fernandez here. Javi Fernandez also had a much better looking run of Green Arrow like 3 years ago. I think he did some legacy shit. Fucking great.
Okay.
It was Otto Schmidt to Javi Fernandez.
Mhm.
Great. And then Javi Fernandez went to McFarlane, which I was mad at. And then he drew boring shit over there. I don't think it's fault. I don't know. I think when artists go over there, they don't go there to die, but I feel like they go over there to be uninspired. Like, because I don't think Brett Booth's shit's very inspired over there. It's just there. It just kind of lays there. It's not exciting. I'm not sure what's going to be needed. I never wanted Brett Booth to be just like I feel like when Brett Booth was doing the DC work, when he was doing like Teen Titans and stuff, I feel like that was more inspired than his Spawn stuff,
Yep.
because Spawn stuff's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
fucking boring. Um, so here, and this is also they even joke about it right in here in the commentary.
Yes.
So, yeah. The
D-
so this is JLU, but they're going to have a Night Flight KO miniseries by Josh Williamson and Dan Mora again.
Night fight.
Now,
Now, night fight. That's Batman fighting the Robins. Is that what I read?
yeah, I think there was a picture of it. So
Okay.
Here's your Javi Fernandez. So see, you can see where I'm saying, like, there you go. There's your JLU right there.
Yeah. I see it.
And this is him drawing, I guess. And I guess this is just how everything is, right? I guess this is just how these new guys do it. They're drawing in some type of program, Procreate, whatever. They're blocking out the shading. They're blocking out the colors they want. Uh, Looks really intense and really fun. And I think they mentioned something. He's got Superman. He's got brass knuckles. He's got like crazy brass knuckles. Superman brass knuckles. There's JLU. Um, and I think was
Was
Aquaman getting
that
one? I think
the
that's
impulse
Tim.
ones? The impulse one's interesting. I think it's called impulse control. That's basically him going through time. Oh, there's a bunch of neat stuff coming out of this.
Oh, well, there's a Flash. Yeah, there's unfortunately a bad picture of, and that's a Dan Mora. That's Dan Mora picture. So I'm not really sure, but yeah. So Dan Mora, Night Flight miniseries. But look at this. Look at this lineup. So DCKO, Scott Snyder, Javi Fernandez. Cool. Just to go Mega Act, Joshua Williams, Yasmin Putri. I think Yasmin Putri's kind of boring. I don't care.
Mega
Uh,
Axe. So that has something to do with Dark Side,
Titans.
probably.
Yeah, Titans. JLU 12. But see this? Flash 26. Mark Wade and Christopher Cantwell, which I feel like they get along. So I wonder if it would be fine if Wade could just take over Flash, or
At least get
plot
it in a
Flash
direction that's good.
with
Yeah.
Cantwell. Cy Spurrier's doing too much sciencey shit, and I haven't liked it. So
So
I don't
it's so
really.
funny. This is this October?
This might be no. I don't know. November.
Anyway, but look, it backs it up. There's Wade, Dan Moore on Superman, Dan Moore on Justice League, Unlimited,
When the hell? And
and
then Night Fight is what? That's probably December. Like I don't know. It's not listed there. So it's like, god damn. So is he going to have to leave? That's what I'm saying. So now we're talking that there's a fourth. We don't need a fourth. And wait, isn't Dan? Well, he did the designs for it. Because I think in one of the Batman panel they show his like like Voltron, whatever that Batman is. It's not
right,
Voltron, but it's like a Power Rangers Batman, basically, which Dan Moore worked on Power Rangers. So,
because he loves Power Rangers.
and I think he's still doing covers for that fucking series. Jesus God. So, this they did brackets, which I think brackets are pretty cool, but you can't really see. There wasn't any matchups. So I zoom in. So you have Captain Atom, Guy Gardner, Supergirl, Wonder Woman, Lobo, Swamp Thing, Cyborg, Red Hood, Zatanna. I feel like I'm at the eye doctors and like
Yeah, better like this,
better,
better like
worse,
this.
better, worse. So I would like I mean, I know this probably isn't what it is, but like, look at this costume. What is he has like an Orion, like it's like a fourth world costume, you know?
Yeah,
And when I'm thinking of Night Fight, yeah, I think you're right. I think it might be Robin's like, but I would love it if Batman just fought Batman. Look, what's better than Batman, right? What's better than iterations of Batman? Have Batman fight every Batman. Have 0 year Batman, year 100 Batman, have year one Batman fighting Dark Patterns Batman, having fighting like, and just have Dan Mora draw it. One of our favorite issues of JM of Man of Steel is what? It's the 0 hour crossover
oh yeah,
with John Bogdanove.
oh
You know,
that's great.
and you have because you have been literally changing, I believe, from like Neil Adams uh, to Dark Knight Returns Batman in like 1 to 2 panels, you know, to
That's
Terry
the cover,
Bingham,
right?
you know.
Super is it Superman in the middle of a bunch of Batmans?
Yeah, it's a bunch of Batmans, bunch of
But they made
Batman,
a
bunch of
poster.
iterations.
You ever see the poster that's the reverse of that, where it's Batman standing in the middle of a bunch of Superman?
No, who made
Yes,
that? Was that a
DC
cover?
did. That's a no. They used that as a poster
What
or
the
a promotional image.
oh,
I have an image of it somewhere. I'll send it to
son
you.
of a bitch?
I know.
God, put the drop in. Drop. I need to get some type of signal for myself. I need to have a little so when I'm editing, so I'm not listening to it. I just need to have a little sign. Put up a little Godzilla.
I thought writing down the times works pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm bad at I'm writing nothing down. You know. Anyway, here we go. Battle World. So speaking of like crossover, big fights, you know, and then Battle Royale. What did they call? Oh, I think they called DCKO like Squid Game meets something. I forget what it was called.
Okay.
Meets Hunger Games. I
Meets
think it was. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Battle World, same thing, same thing. Um, I'd be kind of interested in this, but they have when I think we saw this and we might have mentioned this a week or two ago on the news. I feel like this cover release also Marvel. There's something you can do if you're working in, you can just go like this right here, right? Should be right here, and you just pull to the right. You just left click, you pull to the right, and you make the battle world bigger because you're not covering everything. Because who drew this? You, Little Francis, you drew
me?
Little Francis, you seems so. Yeah, right there, Little Francis, you. He gave you fucking room because he's a professional. He gives you room. So
Yeah.
blow that the fuck up. You blow this way up. Oh, that's right. Here you go. He gave you room to have your giant number one, your giant fucking rectangle. Number
Yeah.
one. One.
Go look at your comics from the 60s through the 90s and go, yeah, this is what people want to see
He
for their
gave you
logos.
room. Hey, look,
He gave
you
us a
gotta have a guy
signal.
go over it. You know what I mean? You can have it big enough that you have, the hair going over this a little bit. It's a ton, I don't know. Like you just that's it. Just it's very look, here we go. Here, DC. DC did it right. Look, we got enough. We're not covering anything. You have a blurb. You have it covering the logo a little bit. There you go. There you go, everybody. It's not that hard. You know?
So
Not that
Battle
hard.
World, is this just the same as like DCKO?
Kind of. I mean, it's Secret Worlds. It goes back to Secret Worlds Wars Battle World, but here's the problem is then this is where it's unimaginative. This is where Marvel is trying to do something similar. Didn't they do a Contest Champions too? That was
I feel
bad.
like, yeah. Then
But
it
I feel like
Phil
they did it a couple years. They did Beyond, which was
did Phil or
Wayne
Oscar
McDuffie.
Jimenez draw that? Phil
Yes,
Jimenez?
it
Oscar
was
Jimenez?
Oscar Jimenez.
Well, it was Oscar.
Yeah, the person that was supposed to be that was the B artist for JLA when Porter to Oscar Jimenez, and he was supposed to turn into something. Where he was like, he's gonna. They hyped him, and I'm like, no,
They
he's
gave
never
him
good.
Stormwatch Volume 2 and then he left.
Good.
Well, yeah, because it brought in Brian Hitch and that turned into Authority.
Yeah,
Thanks to Brian Hitch.
correct. Good. Yeah. So, no
So this is
offense.
interesting though. Go to the other picture, and I like Oscar Jimenez fine. This is it's so. I mean, what jumps out at me is obviously Mystic there, Mystic from the
Yeah.
cross gen universe. Marvel's
Mm.
finally doing something else with these characters. The omnibuses they made of Mystic and Sigil are really good omnibuses. Like
Yeah, it's a lot of extras.
they
There's like 50 pages extras, like a
yeah,
ton.
because they give you like the scripts to the incompleted issues. Uh, yeah, this is it's cool. So you got Spider Man absorbing. You got look definite Secret War stuff, but then you got like new universe stuff. Is that arcade?
Well,
I
yeah,
fucking hate arcade.
I hate
Fucking
arcade.
shoot myself in the head. I
And
do.
what is that going to be? It's going to be Hank Pym, I guess.
Is it?
I can't really tell. I don't know. It's like to me, like. All right, let me just quickly jump back to this. I can see everyone. I know who everyone is. And they're all current. This is where I think by you jumping back to this timeline, you have to have that snapshotted. And how long ago was Secret Wars? 10 years ago, at least.
Oh yeah, at least 10 years.
At least 10 years. So you're going back to this because that's the Star brand. I don't know if that's Star brand or is that the Star brand that they use for Avengers, for Hickman Avengers. You know.
Yeah.
So
It looks like the '80s version, New Universe,
right.
but could be Hickman.
I don't know why it's called. Again, I don't know. Like the Battle World, like just I feel like it shouldn't be called. I don't know. I don't feel like that they. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I'll cover this, and we're gonna swap your stuff in here. It was very exciting for you here because you love Capes.
It's really cool.
Robert
I don't
relaunches.
Listen. I enjoyed Capes a lot. It's the lesser of the Kirkman properties, but he still has an interest in it. So what Kirkman decided to do is he went to Mark Engler. He's like, hey, we're going to take Cape stuff, and it was like a 3-issue miniseries, and then he ran a series of backups in Invincible, and then he collected it into a trade. Well, now that trade is like a $70 trade online because nobody has it. So he's like, we're gonna, and Kirkman's like, we want to bring it out in print, but let's make it look better because honestly, it doesn't look that great. Mark Engler's like, all right, well, if you're going to recolor it, just let me do it. Because Mark Englert is a really good colorist. And then he's like, I just don't like some of this art. So he just started redrawing stuff.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy. It's a combination of having like a because what's a deluxe? It's Walking Dead deluxe-ish, sort of.
Ish.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then now it's gonna continue past.
Yes. He's got is it Benito Cereno?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is going to, and that's Kirkman's boy. They've been friends for 25 years at least. They worked together at a Funkatron. So he's going to take over the writing, and Mark Engler's just going to keep.
So that's cool. Hopefully,
yeah. They got these are Kirkman's childhood characters. The Capes team is characters that he created when he was a high schooler. But simultaneously, Kirkman actually wrote and drew a comic called Behind the Ropes. And it was like a wrestling comic, which Kirkman's not even like that huge of a wrestling fan. But it was like kind of wrestling, superheroes. And he like printed up a couple of them. And then he says, this is terrible. I can never release this. I am not an artist. He can draw. Kirkman can draw, but a few people have copies of Behind the Ropes. And Mike Storniolo almost got one. He was like this close, but then Storniolo dropped the ball. So he changed the idea to Capes once Invincible got popular. So these are all. So I'm excited about this book. Yes.
I'm excited about. I have one thing, and then I will pause it because I want to pull up your images that you have because you have like some deep dive Cape stuff.
A little bit. But Otley covers can't go wrong.
Sure. Here's the problem. All
right.
For me, it's all logo. It's all logo, bro.
No, that's good.
Here's the thing. The logo's not bad. Logo's not too bad. Here's what I don't understand. Here's what I do not understand. You're rebranding. Is it Tech Jacket, and they're not doing Brit. I guess they'll probably eventually put Brit in. What are they just doing? They're doing Super Dinosaur. They're gonna do trades. They're doing trades, and it says like Invincible Universe Super Dinosaur. Not really. Invincible Presents or something like that. They're having that. Fucking
Invincible Universe.
Battle Beast is Battle Beast. I don't think Invincible Universe Battle Beast. It's just an extra piece of shit up there. I always hated it. It doesn't do anything. Is it really making the sales of Battle Beast better?
I don't know.
Think so.
I don't know if it helps the people who don't read comics read it.
This would help. Seen on TV and Invincible and a fucking little postage stamp. What's everyone doing? Look,
to me that is like
in the industry. Just give me a call and I'll fix your fucking covers. I'll fix your logos. I'll tell you how to lay shit out. It's confusing.
This is kind of like the old Incredible Rampage Hulk magazine because that came out after the TV show was popular. Yeah. And they're like, as seen on TV. Like, sure. As seen on TV is a comic book line forever.
That's fine. That's fine.
They should have done, Mark. And Otley should have did. Otley likes doing this. They should have put the old UPC box on there, and that's where you put as seen on TV, and then you put a little head sketch of one of the characters. Because some of these characters were on the Invincible cartoon. Mm-hmm. That's true. Like Kirkman is using everything on the cartoon.
Right. And that's okay. Listen, I hope that everything, and you just were talking to Val Staples, correct? I think it was not on the show, and you
Yes.
reminded
No,
Val
on the show.
Staples. Was it
Oh
on the
yeah.
show? You
Yeah.
reminded Val Staples, which he forgot, that he worked on Battlephobe, and Battlephobe is
Yes.
coming out. Well, he might remember he worked on Battlephobe, but he doesn't know that there's going to be a new edition
He
of
didn't
Battlephobe.
know that there was going to be a hardcover
Right. I hope
that
that
features
listen.
his coloring.
I want all this stuff to make the most money, right? That's all I want. I want
Yeah.
that's not what I'm not criticizing. I'm just criticizing the choice that you didn't put Invincible Presents here. What the fuck are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the easiest shit you can do. Or
Well,
even put Capes Deluxe or something. I don't
here's
really like that it's
maybe he
coming in
didn't
this
do
way.
it because Battle Beast literally came out of Invincible. That is Invincible presents
Yeah,
Battle
yeah.
Beast. That's true. Capes was its own property from the get go.
Yeah. I guess.
So maybe
Sorry.
maybe that's why. I get
That's
what you're
it.
saying. Listen, they changed Guardian of the Globe to Invincible Universe. That was a
Right.
weird. Guardian of the Globe, first off, was a horrible title. I know you couldn't do Guardians of the Globe because of Marvel.
Right.
They did Guardian of the Globe, which is bad, but then you changed it to the Invisible Universe, which is bad
Who
because you
triggered
already
Brit?
had Tony Moore co-created them,
Okay.
and then it went to I forget who. Oh, was it Cliff Rathburn did some,
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
and then it went to damn it, Milligan's gonna
Yeah.
fucking
I
rake
feel
me
like a
over the
couple
coals
people
for
worked
this.
on it, but I
No,
liked Brit. I thought all the Brit one shots were pretty solid. They were all bookshelf. They were all. It felt like they were like Punisher specials almost, right? Remember the Punisher
yeah, yeah,
48 page? That's exactly what
right.
it felt like. And I was like, these are good. Some of them are good. Some of the Punisher one shots, some are really bad. But No
What's
Escape's
funny,
really good. Like, that's what it felt
yeah,
like to me. It felt like Punisher in more of a superhero-ish universe. Here's a bookshelf. It's 48 pages, whatever. Cool. So I feel like Brit would be there should be a Brit collection, or
well,
you
here's what
pop
it
Brit
is. The
in
first
here.
three Brits were black and white,
Hmm.
and then they launched the ongoing series, which only ongoing went for like 12 issues. But then when they put the trade out, they colored the three black and white specials.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
So at least Kirkman's putting out the best thing possible. What's funny is that since I went and looked up capes on eBay, the trade, and it is like a $50 to $70 trade, like Kirkman said.
Right.
And then I looked up the official guide to the Invisible Universe trade, and that's like a $70 trade.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
gonna be a
but
lot.
he's never. The capes trade was available on Comixology back in the day, but the official guide to the Invisible Universe has never been available digitally.
That's right. Yeah. Which is bad.
Which is bad. That's your property. And here's the thing about Kirkman is, even though he's like rich from Walking Dead stuff, he's not like he gave most of the Invincible money to the artist. Like he was not that he was writing it for free, but he was writing it almost for free, especially once he started getting money elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like these books are really giving money to the artist and people who aren't Robert Kirkman rich.
Correct. That's what I want. I want Engler to get money. I want Val Sable to get money. I want Tony Moore to get money because I think I'm a little unclear on the Tony Moore. I'm happy that they're talking again. I'm happy that they're reprinting that stuff. But I feel that when all that stuff went down, I'm pretty sure there was a bad taste in Tony Moore's mouth that I felt like that sentiment was for a bit.
Yeah.
The fact that, if you throw him a bone, could throw him some covers, again, no one is making independent, like, huge money off of comic books. You're making money off of the media stuff.
That's where you make real money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's why, like, I like that Corey Walker is the, like,
he helps with animation
designer. Correct.
Yeah.
So, like,
and Otley helps with that too.
Right. So again, but that also can mean that Otley is getting paid enough or has enough money from hopefully the compendium royalties and things like that he can just take a ton of fucking time on Battle Beast to look like that.
I really hope the money is really like I don't know how you divvy up the Invincible cartoon money. Because it's like, yeah, Kirkman and Walker co-created Invincible.
Right.
But Walker was only on it for like 7 issues. Mind you, he did come back. He's probably done under 15 issues total.
Right.
But Otley's done 130 issues of Invincible.
It's so weird that he has 2 properties that the main creators left around the same time, like 6 or 7 issues. Like, we're cut out for this.
Here's what's crazy, Mark. Both those creators were going to go do Fear Agent with Rick Remender.
Right.
Do you remember Fear Agent was going to be 6 issues by Tony Moore, 6 issues by Corey Walker.
Right.
But then Corey Walker bailed out.
And then it went to Pena. Yeah.
Right.
who at first I was like, I don't like this guy, and then I was like, and then by the end I'm like, I don't want Tony Moore back on this book. Like I remember like it was so weird the way
Dude,
that worked.
Ravender has like the best choice in artists. It's so weird. Like he
Mhm.
just every time he discovers a new artist, I'm like, yeah, this guy's great. I wish Miller was as good as Ravender at picking artists.
I think he was. Well, I think a lot of Miller's artists were people
In the
that
beginning,
he worked with.
totally.
But I feel
Yes.
like a lot of that could have been like Casada or someone like giving him that, Wildstrom giving him Brian Hitch because was already kind of around, you know.
Yeah.
Like so, I feel like it was accidental, and then they became his partners versus Remender like picks him, you know, so that's it, he didn't really
I
pull
feel
anything.
like the artists he uses now are just like, I don't know, like Per Berg isn't my style. Like it's not my deal. Like he's talented in his own right, but it's just not, doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, it's like Juan. I forget the other guy he has. It does Magic Order and stuff. It just looks okay. Like I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
His
You
stuff
started
gets
that
sucked out a little
Magic
bit.
Order, Volume 1, Olivier Coipel.
Right.
Volume 2, Stuart Immonen. You know how hard it is to compete with those two
Right.
artists?
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
now we're on
No.
volume, you know what I mean?
Yes, you got to get someone that is like their biggest in like their country or something, because I feel like that's what he does too. You know,
Which is a
he
smart
picks
move.
people. Yeah, because it probably can sell. You know, it's kind of like when. So can you imagine? I think Eduardo Rizzo in it might have been South American. I forget where his stuff was, but we started getting some of his stuff up here, like
Yeah.
Borderlands and stuff. Like we started getting stuff translated, and it doesn't translate because I feel like even someone just had maybe Vault. They did who draws Sick Tick. That guy Will Lether, Death, or however he says his huge fucking name. They put one of his stories over here, but again, it's kind of my problem when I'm reading all 2000 AD. It's like a different style of comic or slower or something. Like it doesn't translate that great over here, but can you imagine like in South America they got 100 bullets? It probably maybe that doesn't do that well there. Like just as like the stuff that comes over here and we read like Borderlands, like I don't know. So I was like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
or Dylan Dog. Like Dylan Dog doesn't come over here, or it can't come over here. There's still a ton of Dylan Dog that I have foreign editions of scans or print like it because it's beautiful
Right.
and there is a market for it. But guess what?
Ugh.
Last year there was a Batman Dylan Dog crossover. Zero waves. Probably didn't sell it all here. Wasn't for here. Was
Right.
not for here. And I don't know if they put a trade out for it. I don't even know if they made enough that they put a trade out for it. I'm not even sure. I'm sure they did, but I don't see it around. Like no one's
I was
ordering that.
I was definitely buying anything Eduardo Rizzo that would come here, even if stuff that wasn't translated, because he's such a good storyteller. Like
Right.
it's nice to have the dialogue. It's nice to understand it 100%,
Mhm.
but his art alone can tell a story.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Torpedo, I think he's doing, or that I think just came over. I think I forget who's doing that. I'm not sure if that was a Blaze, but yeah, there's someone else that came over pretty recently that he did, which was a French. I think it was Jordi Bernet. Those Torpedo.
It's weird. These distillery books are so gorgeous. I hope they're making money because it's like these are books that would I feel just be an image,
I
but distillery's doing
Yeah,
something extra with them. Like these look really good.
yeah. I wonder if their money is coming from like foreign editions because I can't imagine. Every time I go into a shop, they don't know what to do with them, so they're always like in a pile somewhere. Like
I don't get it.
Heroes and Mount Holly, like they don't know what to do with them. He's like, okay, they're in this box. Like you know what I
Have a
mean? It's like
magazine. Have a magazine shelf. How hard is that? You have one shelf dedicated to magazines and
so many
oversized
comic
trades.
stores don't want to change their section. Like Heroes, if you go with like he has your new books and then you have your A to Z. That's
Mark,
it.
it's like the really good Warren Ellis Stormwatch story. Change or die. Change or die.
Die is happening to a lot of things. So let me switch this real fast. All right, so this is you're saying that so with this with the Skybound Not Invincible presents what's it
Yeah, Kate's
what's Battle Beast called again?
is it
Invincible
Invisible
Universe
Universe
colon Battle Beast.
Battle Piece? Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the original page from the Capes miniseries. I don't. The guy's name is Medallion because he's got a medallion. It's pretty
There
simple.
you go.
This is
You
Mark
did it.
Englert. Uh, I guess he
Very
colored this. Very Larson inspired.
yeah.
That's
So
probably why Kirkman hired him. So,
so
but here's the other cover. I mean, here's the new colors. It's a totally different. The police car looks real.
yeah.
The colors, the energy are a little better.
Yeah, that's completely redone. So
That's completely redone.
that's completely photoshopped out, basically, because he's not
Yeah,
working off the
that's
same
interesting.
stuff. But the
So
coloring, yeah, but this is now, again, this would have been. Let me go back. Where was it? Here, right? So this was what year?
At least we'll throw out 2010.
Yeah. So we're talking at least 10, 12 years, 10, 12, 15 years.
Yeah,
So that this is correct at the time. This is not that different than like Ollie Optics, like not that different from like Savage Dragon up.
yeah,
But now you can zoom in and you have a lot more this is almost like distortion, right? Like this so you got curvy dots, sure, but you can accentuate the curvy dots by having this type of
yeah.
it's probably kind of easy in Procreate. I imagine most of these guys are doing stuff through Procreate. What's cool about this is that he's the artist, right? So he's
Yes.
doing the same. These lines are not in the other one, correct? Like these lines here.
No, no. The new color lines
So
now
he's
they're
literally like he's inking again. He's inking and coloring again. It's cool, So let's look at this cape. Let's see. Let me jump back. I wish I had it side by side, but Apple wants to do whatever it wants. Like it's So let's see if we can look at this cape here. Let me jump back to
he's
this.
he's inking with colors.
Yeah, capes. It's funny I'm saying capes. Where is it? So there's nothing there. Nothing. Just
Yeah,
three. What's that? Like three
banding. It
banding.
bands.
Right.
Yes.
So that's it. One, two, three. And he kind of did it. And you think he may have colored this first one? We're not sure, but potentially.
I forget. I could look it up, but that would take time.
Let's see, then I got to go back to this one. Damn it. All right. Hold on. Riveting. Yeah. So instead of the banding, he has us like basically a different type of, right? But he's doing
Yeah.
the cross hatching. That's the one
This,
thing I really liked about some of the programs I was using when I was drawing a lot more on my iPad is I really liked fucking around with colors. I
right.
wasn't good at like putting in a separate fucking screen and then doing that in the Photoshop. Like that was annoying to me. Like I want to fuck with it. But the problem is if you do that and I want to use some of the same image in the next thing, then I have to go back and erase and I could never get the right consistency back. And I was too
Yep.
stupid to like save a baseline one and then change it. So and that's why I think a lot of these guys are very, very talented and they're able to kind of like, they know when to save. I wish there was,
Oh yeah.
they know exactly when to save and they know what they're gonna change in panel two. So and then let's go. So what direction was I going? I don't remember. So
All right.
let's go to
So
the
that
yeah. This is a new Mark
this
Engler
is a new
cover,
Mark Engler cover. Yeah.
which I imagine is going to be five or six across,
Five or
maybe.
six different covers. Oh yeah, he's going to do a
Yeah, it's going to
right
continue.
a
Right, it's a
puzzle
Marvel Universe,
landscape thing. Yeah.
sort of. All right, let me go back here, and that's a Corey Walker.
Corey Walker cover. Awesome.
Very, very Corey Walker, very Vector, very, very invincible cartoon. Right, and this
Right.
is old or new?
This is
It's
an
old.
old page.
Yeah.
You can see the black shades and it's just it's
Right, right,
fine.
right.
It's fine coloring for 15 years
Did you give
ago.
me new? Did you give me a new picture? Did I miss it?
I did.
Son of a bitch! I don't know how to get it right now. I don't know how to get it. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up. Did you do it?
There you
Let's
go.
see.
Look at that. Now the shades are red. The ice cream looks more delicious. Like, is it
Ear
next to each other?
delicious. No, I'll do a
Okay.
fade. I'll do my fade. I
All
did in
right.
the Tom Scioli interview. That was the fun. That was some fun shit.
No,
That was
fades are good just to show the differences between the two.
yeah. That's the fun shit. That's the kind of shit. We need to do fade episodes. We need to do. It'd be fun. Here we go. Got an episode. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Pitch an episode. I have the Marvel Age, which has the first 12 pages of the Ed Hannigan Cloak and Dagger, which I believe he took himself off of that because he was working as the art director. I believe
Okay.
it, and it's actually in the article. Like, it's not like he's not mad at Rick Lee and Artie, but I don't believe. I think it even says in the article that Rick Lee and Artie didn't look at those pages. And what's the other one we can do? We have, or do we have? We don't have the Al Milgrom. We don't have who drew Secret Wars 2 #1. Isn't there someone who drew that?
Sal Buscema.
Yes, and do we have that or we don't have that?
I don't have that.
I don't think we have that. That would be cool too. So Sal Buscema drew Secret Wars 2, post Amish. But right, not Mike Zeck. And Al Milgrom, not better than Sal Buscema. Sal Buscema is better than Al Milgrom. However, they had to do something there where Shooter didn't like it. right? And I don't like Secret Wars because Mike Zeck purposefully is told to zoom out.
Right.
And I'm like, well, your covers are all engrossing because I'm in. Same thing with his run on Cap. His panels, you're fucking in. Same thing with his run previously on Master of Kung Fu. They're fucking in your face. They're kicking you in the face.
Yeah, that's what you want out of Mike Zeck.
So Secret Wars to me was always fucking boring because just imagine when I'm a kid, Secret Wars was known, or that was a
Mhm.
big thing, and then I would see Secret Wars issues, or I look through it, and I'm like, and then you look through Crisis, right? The fuck, you know what I mean? Like, and then what was crazy about Secret Wars, the villains of Secret Wars is who? Bob Layton.
Yes.
Counted Bob Layton. What do? Bob Layton, good, typically. Then you zoom out Bob Layton, which is worse than zoomed out Mike Zeck. Fuck that. I don't like Secret Wars at all, dude. I think Secret Wars kind of sucks. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't like it
it's
at
not.
all.
It's
Like at
okay.
all. It's
It,
it's
it, it
it's no Crisis.
I read it, parts of it in the 80s, and then I reread it in the
I
90s
think
when the trade came out.
I think I barely finished it. I barely finished it. Fuck that. Fuck it. Anyway, so yeah, crossfade. But yeah, so I would. So we should do I mean, again, that viewership's going to be probably nothing because no one's nostalgic for. No one's like, man, I really want to see Ed Hannigan Cloak and Dagger. Says 0.0 people, but Ed
Yeah.
Hannigan drew Cloak and Dagger in with Mantlo and Spectacular, right? Because they came out through Spectacular first. There
Yeah.
might be an audience for that.
I like that type of stuff. I wish I could. I have a Van Sciver page or two of a Grant Morrison X-Men where he did like 10 pages, and then he's like, I'm not gonna finish the book. They're like, that's okay. And then they just gave the whole book to Igor Cordy.
Oh, okay, right.
But like, you still already had 10 pages of Van Sciver. There's an issue of Authority that Frank Quitely drew about 5 or 6 pages to, and when he left to do Grant Morrison's X-Men, because the Marvel just was paying him so much more, that's why he had to leave. Art Adams was like, I'll just redraw it. It's like, yeah, but you had Quitely paid, like, give us both.
Yeah, you might as well get us both. Yeah,
You know,
just do that.
what's the Days of Future Present, the X-Men annual storyline, like 91 or 90?
Yeah.
Liefeld drew the cover to the New Mutants one, and he was going to draw the annual, and then he's like, I'm just overworked, I can't do it. But he still had 2 pages drawn before they gave it to Bogdanoff.
I think so. Yeah.
So, like, that's neat. Let's compare those 2 pages.
It's a weird annual too. Was that Atlantis Tax?
No, it was
Oh,
Days of Future Present.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right because there is a Liefeld cover on that. That's correct. Okay.
There's a lot of cover on that. But the X-Men one has got Art Adams drawing Cable and Gambit, and technically it's the first appearance of Gambit because it shipped a week earlier than publication-wise. That's a good Art Adams. You just fucking love Art Adams.
What was the deal with the Atlantis Tax annual of like he just couldn't ink that cover? Liefeld couldn't ink that cover, so it's like that's a terrible looking cover. It's a Liefeld cover, I think, right? The Atlantis Tax annual of New Mutants.
Yes. No.
You didn't draw that cover? I'm pretty sure I draw that cover.
No, I don't think. Oh yeah. You know what's funny? I'm going back and forth. What the fuck?
Atlantis Tax.
What's up?
Atlantis Tax. Who drew that cover? Well, he drew it, but I'm just trying to see. Here you have it opened up. So you can look it up. I can't look it up. I'm curious on this here. But in that Days of Future Present or whatever the heck that was called, he had Cable pinups and stuff in that, right? Or no? He had like those Things to Come or something like that. Did he do a Things to Come?
The latest Tax annual, it's trying to find a really good image of it, but it's like
A bad cover.
It's not a great cover. No, it is not Liefeld.
Oh, it's not?
No. Because Name Rita almost looks like Buscema.
It looks like it looks like someone else drew it. I don't know. I thought it was an ink over. I thought it was a
if it's an ink over, it's a super strong ink over.
Yeah. That's a bummer. Yeah.
It's not a
we could do the Larson Thor issue. You have the Larson Thor issue, yeah.
Oh, it is Liefeld.
Yeah, I told you.
But Name Rita
it's like a Joe
totally
Rubenstein or something. It's heavy as fuck. I wonder if someone redrew. We gotta figure this out.
Oh my god. Yeah, Richter's face is totally terrible.
Yeah. It's wrong.
Name Rita looks like Buscema just drew her.
It looks like someone pasted it in. Yeah, I know the whole because it's confusing because the interiors are Liefeld interiors. And they're normal. Who is that? Tim Zahn? Who inked him inside? I don't
Tim
even remember.
Dazan. That's funny.
Tim
Tim
Dazan.
Dazan. Tim Dazan was going to ink Youngblood for Megaton.
Sure. Well, he inked a lot of Ron Lim stuff for X Mutants, so he was around. He was around.
He was a Malibu guy.
Anyway, we'll
Um,
do a.
man, I gotta see if I can find the original art to that cover.
I'll go back to what I had. There we go. You see? What do you see?
So
You see the oh.
keeps,
Right,
keeps, keeps.
Who's
I
this?
kept putting it in there. They're making a new Air Bud movie, and they announced it
Oh
at San
shit!
Diego. Like, yeah, new Air Bud. I haven't seen any Air Buds, but it was just funny enough to be like, look at this fucking
Wait, who voiced
pretentious.
Airbud?
Did he talk?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. But there is a voice of one of the Airbuds. I'm trying to think. Was it? Oh, Skylar Gismondo. I believe he voiced an Airbud. One of them. One of them because they had it in one of the interview clips. So there's a
I just thought he played basketball. I didn't know he
no. They
talked.
do like look who's talking. It's a look who's talking
Oh,
actually.
is it
So
what he's thinking, or can people understand him?
no, I think they're talking to each other. It's like that you can hear everything. So there we go. And that was Void Rivals. And that's
Yeah, yeah. I put this up because
Quintessence.
Energon's doing a big push this fall, and like the Void, they're doing a bunch of different storylines, and the Void Rival storyline starts the Quintesson War throughout the Kirkman
Mm.
Transformer books, and Andre
I gotta
Bressan's
read about
drawing
it.
Void Rivals.
I
Who,
gotta read about it.
yeah, read about that because I really like that artist. I've we just talked about him. He's been doing some X-Men work, and
Yeah.
I liked him on Birthright, and I liked him on Dark. What the hell's that book called?
Dark Tide.
Dark Ride.
Dark Ride, Dark Tide.
Right.
Dark something. All right.
I'm pretty excited about him taking over. Andre Bressan taking over the art on Void Rivals, and I think GI Joe has like they're doing another storyline. What's the biker gang called in GI Joe?
Dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts.
I don't know. They're doing a story with them, and then I think Cobra
I
and
think I'm
Duke.
right. I think I'm 100% right.
Um,
Dreadnoughts.
no, so I was trying to think of the name of the story, what it
Oh,
was
okay.
called.
We are the
But anyway, but
misfits. We are the misfits.
we are the Misfits. Yeah.
I think it's
You know they were making a Gem animated movie, but when Transformers bombed, they're like, we're gonna stop making this, and we're gonna send the GI Joe animated movie direct to TV.
yeah, yeah. It's a bummer. That's a okay movie. That movie's pretty good.
What, the GI
Uh,
Joe one?
yeah. Here's
Yeah,
all
but it's
your.
still.
So on here is this is everyone that was thanked. That was thanked.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Sorry, Fantastic Four movie. This is good.
Yeah, 1 second. Okay. So I mean, when you looked at this list, did you think anyone? I guess everyone is on there. Is on there. I don't remember Fantastic Four life story that they took things from that. Maybe I don't really remember that. That was Russell, right? Yeah, Mark Russell, right?
Yeah, that's Mark
Yeah.
Russell. Is that Simonson's name up there?
No.
I guess they didn't take anything from his storylines.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's. I don't know what if they how they get paid. I'm not sure how it's like what are you really taking from Dale Eaglesham? What a chalkboard? Like what are you taking from Solve Everything per se? Like I don't really
He
know.
well, he the Council of Reeds.
They didn't do the council reads. I know you
I
want
know,
them
but
to.
they I did because you have
I know you wanted it to be there, but it can't be there. It can't be there, Rob.
it absolutely should have been there.
Just like listen. Here's the summer.
Just like
Here's the July you want, you fucker.
all
You
right, I
want you
did.
want you want
Go
Ultraman to
ahead.
be Henry Cavill.
Right.
That would just confuse the world, and you can't have the council reads here, bro.
Listen,
You can't do it.
you
I'll
you
tell you
make it
what.
like these people don't understand. Like
I
comic
think
fans
we
have
need.
come a
I
long way.
think we
Movie
need to
fans have
pull
come a
back.
long way.
I know, but it's too far too fast. I feel like you got to pull it back. I feel like you got to. This happens in comics too. It goes super multiverse, and we're like, I'm sick of it. We get
Yeah, all right.
multiverse sick of it. We do. This happens. We
Yeah,
get
it's funny.
sick of it, and then we want JLA. We want Grant Morrison JLA,
This is Mark.
right?
I can rant when I think of something better in a movie, just like you can rant when the title to a comic is too small. Like we have our things.
Yes. All right. I'm
You
not mad
know,
at you. These are geek frustrations. That's all.
they're geek. Oh yeah,
So
during Transformers One, I love Transformers One. I thought it was a great movie. But there's a scene when Orion Pax is becoming Optimus Prime, and you have Lawrence Fishburne. He says, "Rise, Optimus Prime," and I'm like, you couldn't have thrown in Peter Cullen as the voice of Primus at that exact moment. Like you
right.
already told us he's They told us when they were filming Transformers One that Peter Cullen has a cameo, and then he
Mm,
doesn't.
mm,
But like to me, it just would have been the best thing saying Peter Cullen being Primus, saying
right,
"Arise, Optimus Prime," which would
right,
have
right, right.
matched Rise Rodimus Prime, in the original 1986 Transformers movie. So it's a geek moment that like I was so certain was going to happen, and then when it does
It's
happen, I'm
doable.
like,
Right,
right.
correct.
So I mean, and you say it's too confusing. Did you watch the new Peacemaker trailer?
Yeah, I don't like the new Peacemaker trailer. We're not gonna really talk about it, but I don't like it because I feel like it's. I feel like
It's it's the
here's my
multiverse again. It's like he's not letting go of the multiverse.
uh
So like when you say, "Oh, he can't do it," Rob, he's fucking doing it this week or this month, August 21st.
yeah, but
New
you
Peacemaker
already
season.
had a series that was pretty standard, so you get Liberty on season two. I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think based on the second trailer, I'm gonna like it. I feel like I'm not gonna like it.
We'll
We'll
see.
see. Fool me once, won't get fooled again, right?
Yeah, right.
Fool me once,
Strategery.
fool me once, won't get fooled again. So, Fantastic Five. Would Fantastic Five? Oh, because what? Because they say Fantastic Five? Come on, man. I don't know. Some of the stuff's a bit of a
I
stretch,
always
but
preferred Fantastic Four and a half.
yeah, Fantastic Four and a half is the best. That's the best. That's funny.
Yeah.
Amalgam coming. Spider Boy. Hopefully, just print all up, man. I guess you can't print fucking Magnetic Men
Yeah,
or
you're
X
not gonna print
Patrol.
the Gerard Jones ones. I don't see why not, honestly. Just give the money, like we said, to a
Yeah,
charity.
pretty
Say
easy.
F you, you're in jail, ped.
Yeah,
Uh
pretty easy. It should be easy that like I mean, again, all this stuff. I mean, half the time these people don't get paid shit anyway. Like, you think that like if this sells billions of fucking copies, that like where Ringo Estate's gonna get shit? I doubt it. You know what I mean? Like, it's
no.
the royalties in perpetuity are not really a thing. I barely remember this book. I'd like to reread this actually.
It's
But if this
it's
is
my
here,
favorite
you might as
out of
well do
all the
Legends
amalgam
of
books.
what's the best one of this run on the other side of the
On the
DC side?
DC's I like Super Soldier a lot.
Yeah,
Mark Wade. Um,
Mark Waid,
and
Dave
if this
Gibbons.
is listen, this is sacrilege to most people. I love Dave Gibbons,
Mm-hmm.
but I find him boring.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, like even though he's a competent artist and drew that book fine, I would have preferred someone more Superman or Captain America style artist to draw that. Someone more, a
Right.
little more '90s dynamic.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I get Dave Gibbons is great.
Yeah,
I'm not
Dark
shitting on Dave
Claw.
Gibbons.
I was mad that the second Dark Claw was just an animated like spoof, basically. It was like an animated Legends of the Dark
Yeah,
Claw,
that was
you
kind
know.
of I
Legends of
don't
the
know
Dark
whose
Claw
idea that was.
cool and the logo cool. Like I mean that's the thing is I feel like they did these books really well. I think that the Amalgam logo and I guess DC printed the Omnibuy, right? Because
Yes,
there's no digital Omnibuy of that.
right,
That's
which is stupid.
stupid. Correct.
It should be all part of the
Just
deal.
extra money. And
It is.
I hope that they just do something here. I hope this isn't the final cover and they said
Give
Marvel here.
I don't know. Give me get Marvel off this cover. I don't want to see Marvel on an amalgam
Marvel be like,
comic.
that's probably gonna print as is. It's
That sucks.
fucking because Marvel is a fucking idiot. You know, the only thing that gives this a good situation is the whoever designed it first off, which was probably like Richard Starkman or something. You know, fine by me.
I
Funny
hope
because I used to dislike Richard Starkman, and now I'm like the opposite.
I you know what I want? I love Spider Boy so much. I will buy a full cover of that. I won't buy a facsimile.
Do you have a? You don't have a Spider Boy? Did you? Did you have a Spider Boy action figure, like a custom or something? I
No,
feel like
no.
I've seen
I
them.
you saw we had a friend named Bill Grover who somehow got a mold of a Bart Simpson. So what he would do is custom make Bart
Oh
Simpson
yeah,
toys, and he made a Spider Boy Bart Simpson that we had at the store.
that's right. That's right. There we go. That's the brain. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Um, this was kind of a surprise. Eric Larson doing Spider-Man Noir, which I wouldn't peg him for. I'm surprised they didn't just grab David. Was it David Liss who did the Spider-Man Noir initially? I don't think he's busy.
No.
Uh, actually, you can read the Spider through Dynamite, which basically almost like was like probably a Spider-Man Noir because I think it's the same writer. I think it was David Liss over there too. So I feel like that was like 10 issues and then it got canceled. It probably didn't sell very well. But Eric Larson is doing this. And it's
Yeah.
a full reboot, I think. Um I thought I
Is it
saw
more? Is it
somewhere.
more in line with Spider Verse, Spider Man Noir?
Probably. Yeah, I think that's what they're saying. It's um but I know that there is a cover, but it hasn't been revealed yet. There is a variant that was in one of the solicitations, I believe, when this was saying.
For
So
Larson or for the other?
for
I
Larson.
know. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I would think she should do a cover for all 5 issues or
Yeah.
however long it
That'd
is.
be good. That'd be good. This is Andrew Niccardo, which I believe did some Moon Knight stuff. So
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see. This is, and I was confused when I first saw this. I thought this was just going to be a Marvel Knights Punisher, but this is specifically Marvel Knights Punisher, the World to Come Punisher. So
Okay.
again, this is almost like a White Knight universe, right? Like, so White Knight had its like White Knight stuff, and then they had like a one shot, and they had a mini series, and so here you're doing that. So I'm not sure, but that's kind of fun because I don't know, ever since Palmiotti kind of went DC and worked and started doing Jonah Hex and stuff when they kind of broke up, and then Quesada became editor in chief. I don't know the communication of them
They're best
after that.
friends.
They are still best friends.
I know. I mean, it's best
Yeah, like
friends you could
inside
be.
information.
They don't live in the same state anymore, but they're still very much friends. I had one of the Florida one of the conventions I was at within the past 5-10 years. I was at Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti's table, and they were talking, and she goes, "Is Kissy coming?" That's what she calls Joe Casada, Kissy.
Wow.
But yeah, I think I'd heard Jimmy Palmiotti in a more recent interview, like they're just friends, and he I think he was offered like publishing DC. I think he turned it down.
Yeah, I
He
think
turned down
that's
publisher.
correct. Right, because he was it was the Dio stuff, right? Like it was like around that, and then he could have came up where Palmiotti could have came up to that.
No, they probably offered it to him before Didio because
Yeah, that timeline, right?
he brought
Yeah,
Didio in, I think,
right.
because
I think
didn't
that's right.
Didio co-write Superboy with Palmiotti?
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I think you're right on that. And the most exciting thing in this is basically that Dan Venosian is going to do his like new style and this like Punisher. It looks like actually when I couldn't tell at first when I first looked at it, it just like looks like John Cena, like 30 years from now. You know what I mean? Like maybe 20
Dun,
years from
dun,
now.
dun, dun, dun. Yeah,
But yeah, just really, really good look. I mean, this is his post slots style. Again, I wonder if he can go back to like his extreme style. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of weird. Like I know, I guess
is it in
because
there?
I
Maybe
don't. Where did he go? He went to animation. Like Profit
advertising.
didn't have advertising. Yeah. So I mean, listen, we all gotta get paid. Here's some Man Wolf covers. I mean, I guess if I get this, do I sell the magic card to Zach? Do I just make a photocopy? Like, you know what I mean? There's comes with two magic cards.
You just want your man wolf.
I just want my Man Wolf. It doesn't look super. There's only like, let me see. Where's the one pose I like? I think this one. Because that just looks, that's kind of like the Perez. This is the Perez design. This is the Perez creatures on the loose Man Wolf. Uh, that's fun. You know what I mean? Like to me, I could have that, and I guess I don't. This is kind of a combination. Like so, this box art is similar to the box of the Death's Head original Death's Head, but I have a carded ROM Space Knight. So I wish these were all kind of uniform in the 95 and 90s card. But I get it. You got to gimmick it up. So
Yeah,
do they give you two cards? They give you one card? I guess I don't know. Not sure. I don't even know if it's a good. Like again, I don't know much about. Again, Mark Spears getting his. And what is he doing? What's that? Is that just like Daniel Craig? Come on, man. I don't understand Mark Spears. That's fine. That Mark Spears is good. That Mark Spears bad. Like right away. Like I feel even like the Youngblood cover he did. Right. I like
yeah,
his Die Hard, and then every
yes.
human I don't like. I'm just like
It's like a weird, yeah.
his
It's a weird.
humans like
They're
make me
ugly.
crazy. Yeah, his humans make me crazy. There's a ton of maybe I'll cover them next week. There's a ton of like X-Men 97 stuff. I only grabbed a couple of them, but I think that they said this is why Marvel, this is so weird. Hasbro, this is like made to order or something like that. This is almost like their HasLab in a way. They're making this to order. Why? Like look how insane this is. This is like a statue. How cool that is. And they didn't give a price on this either. I think it's probably going to be like 70,
You
80
did
bucks.
you did you talk about the Youngblood covers?
No, no.
That was big news this week.
Yeah,
You know
we
what?
could tag it in.
I'm
Tag it
just
in.
gonna. You know, me throw them in there. I got them. I can get access them right now.
Yeah, you can get them because I think it's the end of my shit. It's the end of my shit. And there's
Okay.
your Storm 97 Wolverine. Yeah, let me hit this real fast. Youngblood covers. This Youngblood is October.
Yeah,
October.
November. November.
November.
They officially announced Youngblood. The stuff that he's been selling direct to consumer is coming out through Image in November. So he got a bunch of killer artists to help with covers. Uh, and each cover is kind of interesting. Like right off the bat here, we got Daniel Warren Johnson. Like you can't do a new book without Daniel Warren Johnson. He's
Yeah, yeah,
the he's been the artist of the moment for like 2 years.
yeah. That's solid.
That's
Here's
solid. This
Stegman.
is a this is interesting. It's Stegman, but it's inked by Liefeld. Um, Juan Ma colors. It's cool. It's it's almost I wonder if it was like, did he draw a cover or did he draw a commission for someone? Because
Right, right,
we'll talk about that later. I don't know
right,
if
right, right.
that's how, but it's cool. I mean, it's cool to get Stegman to do something for you.
Well, I feel like this was
This is
this.
100% a commission.
That's a
It's a
commission.
it's a commission. I have it somewhere. When we do, I should have posted that too, but it's fine. Um, and we'll do a comparison later when the book comes out. So I guess Liefeld doubled down because I think it was partially inked, so maybe Liefeld kind of inked it more, which he does,
Yeah,
and then Juan Makar.
a
So
little
it's a cool
extra, a
cover, but it was definitely a commission.
little extra. Here's our Mark Spears again. Good.
What the thing is
Bedrock.
about this
Good.
Mark Spears cover is this isn't a new Mark Spears cover. He did publish this cover as a direct to consumer Youngblood one,
Yeah,
but it's colored
that
differently. The
was
background's all
reddish. It
different. I
was
think
like
it's
a
like
red
orange.
orange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I get it. Listen, I don't exactly know. And what's weird about this is that I feel like he's doing just because of how when he does his variants and maybe like this, you can almost see the texture of like as if it's on a canvas, but I don't think it
It's
is on a canvas. You
I don't
know?
think so either. I think it's pure digital, but it's just so weird looking.
Yeah. And this
This
guy's
is
kind
a
of another newish guy, the
yeah EM
just
I think it's just
the gist of it.
he's done other covers for Liefeld. I think he did a Blood Wolf cover and a Blood Strike cover. But he's another guy that like Marvel's just got him working all the time, so he's always doing stuff for them. But you know, these guys grew up. These guys grew up like us on the extreme stuff, so they want to do this stuff.
Yeah. Uh, I guess again leaving room. I may have pulled that around a little bit. Like this is perfect. Perfect.
That's cool. I forget this guy's name. It's
Almost Clayton Crane, but not quite.
not.
Clayton Crane.
I think it's Ngu NGU.
Carl Nagu. Carl New.
Liefeld's cover. One of the covers. I'm sure we'll get.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't. So we think we're not getting the launch. We're not getting. You think that there's none of the covers that we have seen or gotten from his direct market launch. We're not getting any versions of those.
If we do, they will be recolored or
Slightly
different.
different. Because you said
Right.
that some of the interiors are already different in this.
He's changing at least two. Well, I know one of the double page spreads of the team is a different shot of the double spread of the team. Different,
My
similar
God.
but different.
Oh my God. Oh my God. My cat can't believe it. Look, she can't believe it. She can't
Yeah,
believe it.
you can't have a show without the cat showing up.
That's right.
But
She can't believe that that's true.
you know, it's
So
funny because we haven't seen any other members of Youngblood in anything. Like it's the core straight up home team from Youngblood One.
yeah, where's Sci-Fire? Right?
Yeah, Sapphire's not here.
Come on. Where's
Where's
Riptide? Where's
she's dead?
Brahma?
Yeah, Brahma. Brahma's good. Where's Sentinel? We don't know. We don't know what he's doing, but you know, we'll
Come
see.
on.
We
Come
shall see.
on.
And we'll talk about Giant Size Youngblood maybe next week. He had an exclusive comic for San Diego Comicon, which takes place before this Youngblood one.
Mm.
That's got I think Newman in it. That'll be a big deal. And it's got
Newman
it Newman
from
from
I
Seinfeld.
got Dodson here. I got
Right,
Dodson
you
here.
got Dotson here.
Hold on to your butts. But that's as much news as I can handle. We'll have
That
to.
is a lot of news.
That's in a lot. There's
And
probably most stuff we missed. We'll have to pick it up next week. There's just
Yeah,
exhausting. You already got yelled at. I kind of like half got yelled at through by
and
your
and
wife.
plans. You got to
You
go
know,
see your mama.
it's tough.
Go
It's
see
tough. It's
mama,
tough.
Mama Leone.
We're gonna try to hit a shop. We're gonna see.
We'll
We're gonna
see.
try and sneak out, but I think your wife's not. I think you're gonna get in trouble.
I think
You're
it's fine.
like, I spent 3 hours with Mark. I'm gonna go spend an hour with him. Is that cool?
Is that cool?
And then
Do you mind?
it's gonna be tapping foot, arm fold. What do you think? What's it gonna be?
It's.
You let me know.
I'm not
Was it
married
an
to an
arm
Italian.
fold?
That seems
Oh,
like an
that's right.
Italian wife thing.
Yeah, that's true. You don't get
Well,
the
where
tapping
you
foot?
been? I'm
I
making
think.
this big a meal for you, and you not here. Now
Here
it's
we
cold.
go.
Now I gotta recook it.
Here we go. It wouldn't be
Warm
a
it up.
show without casual Italian racism.
Italian
My
racism.
favorite.
Look at this gravy. I gotta warm up the gravy now.
No, no. I'm gonna go see my
Gravy. Isn't
Italian
that weird,
grandmother.
people?
No, it's
Italian
very
people
normal. That was
call
my nickname at
sauce
Trader Joe's.
gravy.
My nickname was Red Gravy because I said it
So
one time. I said it. So I said to my boss, I said, what are we doing with that with the red gravy on the end cap? I was like, how many do you think we need or how many stacks? And he's like, I remember putting way too much on this one end cap, like too close to the edge, and got
yeah,
hit by a card. It broke 3 times. Like someone just the display just water falls down.
right.
Get the mop, write it off. Careful the glass. Nightmare, nightmare,
Good job, Red
brutal.
Gravy. That's a good nickname.
It's to me, red gravy. Everybody, I can do it. I'm allowed. Everybody, I'm allowed. Okay, not Cinemark's not allowed. They do it inauthentically. Their new commercial, no good. Just
No
give me
good.
that. I love how when you see something at Cinemark, or no, it's AMC. What's no? Because I saw AMC. I saw Minutes for my dad at AMC,
Okay.
and it has the Nicole Kidman. And I find it hilarious that the audience gets excited. It's like, oh yeah, the Nicole Kidman. They get excited when they see her walking on the puddle at the beginning, like the neon and the reflection as she walks in the puddle. Like, like I have someone behind me going, yeah, neon, Nicole Kidman. I'm
I
just
have no
like,
idea what you're talking about.
you never seen that Nicole
No,
Kidman? Oh, because you don't go to AMC,
I don't
dude.
go to AMC.
You got to go. Oh man, there's a terrible. It's Nicole Kidman going into a movie theater by herself, and then she watches and stuff. She's like, all this stuff on. She's narrating, like it's like, isn't it great that we're back in the magic of movies? And it's like, and here's where dreams come true,
Oh, wait a
or
minute.
your friends are because they are. She says something like
I had
you had to have seen that
I
at
think
some
I did
point.
because I had a was it is it like at least a year and a half old year old?
It was like right after, yeah, it was like post COVID. It's been out for like three
Okay.
years.
What I got a gift certificate to AMC because my family will sometimes give me gift certificates, like my
And you're like,
aunts and
don't you know
uncles.
me,
Don't you
family?
know I only go to Cinemark?
How
It's
dare
like
you?
AMC card. So I took the girls to see Barbie at AMC last year. So I think I saw that intro in front of Barbie.
Yeah, I love it that people get excited for it though. Yeah, my Fantastic Four crowd was good. How was your crowd good?
Oh yeah, really good.
Yeah, my crowd was
Some
good as shit.
claps, some people clapping at the movies, like normal.
Right.
No there was no gasp, no like surprises or anything.
Oh, I had people upset and towards the end with the scene that went. We'll go non-spoiler. That went just a 10 seconds too long. And we'll have to do like maybe a fast review. I don't think that it's as controversial or it's not a 40 minute or as we like to have it, 40 minutes turns into 3 hours.
Right.
Um, yeah, maybe we have to do an FF review just because I feel like there's certain elements that I feel like that they're
We
a
got stuff
little
to say.
long. Yeah, yeah. I think I want to see it again. I feel like I feel like I need to see it again. But I feel like this time out, I did get this. I got the like,
Oh, look at
which is
that.
good.
Put that thing in your mouth.
Which is good. I'm gonna put this thing in my mouth. But this is good because I typically have like pint glasses up there that all my cats knock over, and I go to the podiatrist because I have glass in my foot. So this is a little bit better. So this is a better choice
That's right. Now instead of
than
glass in your
this.
feet, you get plastics in your bloodstream.
I'll get plastic. I'll get plastic. That's right. That's correct. That's right.
Microplastics.
I guess that's bad too. I don't know.
That is bad.
Tough one. Tough one. But we're gonna wrap it up. We'll see everyone for reviews day.
Yeah, we're gonna record a
And
reviews day. And
future stuff. Everyone be excited. Any news, reviews,
hey,
please
real,
like,
real
comment,
quick,
subscribe.
you can find us on our socials. We even start the show with that, which is
No,
I don't know. Maybe it's better not to. Maybe we'll
I'll
end the
pop it
show
up.
with the socials.
No
Mark,
one
where are you
ever gets
at?
this far.
Where
I'm
can
an
people find you?
Instagram on the idiosyncratic Pope. I'm gonna be putting up this. And that's I'm gonna put up this.
That's
Published
cool.
within a year of each other. It's crazy.
That's cool.
92, 91, 92. I do have to look this up. I feel this was in a drawer. I feel like this was around, so I'll have to comment on my Instagram on the history of this book. I feel that they couldn't place this where like it can be in continuity, you know,
Yeah,
but it just has to kind of come out. Because I remember when it came out, it just had to kind of come out like on its own because it was not a triangle. It's not a triangle. And the
not
Doomsday
a
is
triangle.
coming is in the bottom corner. Doomsday is coming. Gross.
So, and you can find me, Rob Messick, Twitter, literally Rob Messick. It's awesome.
Simon's
Simon's is the
and
best.
Supreme. Where are you in the Supreme now? You're still
Um,
doing
issue 34. It's the point where like the Supreme that had come back after Extreme Sacrifice, he didn't know who he was, and then Babe Watch happens, and he gets turned into a woman.
yeah,
So he
Babe
leaves,
Watch.
and then when he comes back, he's wearing like the skimpiest outfit, which I guess is the
Hot.
first thing you do when you turn into a woman. No, but then she realizes that she's actually Probe, which is one of Supreme's daughter from the future. There's this group called the Star Guard, and Supreme has kids in the future, and they don't reveal who the mom is. It's Glory. So
Spoilers, Rob.
there was character Probe, and there was a character Valen, and Valen was Supreme's son. And I guess everyone gets killed, but Probe puts her mind into Valen,
That's
like
not
to
gonna be a
save
girl.
herself because she's dying. She's dying because she's like, well, his body will survive this or something.
Jesus.
So I know, but he's brain dead. So and then they come back to our time. That's why she doesn't have any memory. And then when she turns back into the woman during Babe Watch, which is an extreme story where all the superheroes turn into women, which is hilarious, and that brings her mind back.
Hmm.
So it went from issue, I don't know, 23 through like 34. He spent like 11 issues being an amnesiac. But I don't think they knew that he was going to be Probe. I think when they started the story, they didn't know who he was going to be
Right.
because him and Glory kiss in one issue.
Uh,
I know, which is gross because in the future you find out that's his mom, her mom, whatever. It's a Luke and Leia thing.
well, who did that? Who did the mom thing? Was that Alan Moore
No,
or that was
that was
Stevenson?
I guess Eric Stevenson, and probably Liefeld.
Where was what was it? Infinity? What was the character that he had that was just using blood spots? Was that Infinity or something like that?
And yeah, Infinity and Enigma and Ripcord. Those are all Eric Stevenson extreme characters.
Dutch. Dutch.
Dutch
Chap.
is a
Yep.
Chap Yak character.
Yep.
Super
The
cool. I
best.
felt to let those people bring their own characters and still retain the rights. You know,
Yeah.
Quantum still owned by Murat Michaels.
Well, that's the point. That's the point of a night. What was
It
the
was
nightmare? What was his night?
Nightmare. That was a Liefeld character.
Nightmare.
That yeah, Nightmare. That Murat like begged to. He goes, I want to do that book.
What was the other? Wasn't there another Marat?
Blindside.
Blindside. Boom.
That's kind of like his Daredevil.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have Law and Order. You have a comic called Law and Order that predates the TV show Law and Order.
Oh my God.
The
So
lawsuit, get that money.
I think it's too late.
It's probably too late.
You can get crushed by CBS lawyers. All right, everyone, let's go, and we'll see everyone in the comic stores.